Chapter 550. She was now at mysterious heaven realm 6 stars. She had indeed wasted too much time farming and Lin Xian wouldn't let her go out, so she was stuck at this realm. She was also quite anxious, but she chose to listen to Lin Xian. But Lin Xian told her that she didn't need to do anything right now, and her cultivation level would increase by 2 stars. How was that possible? It was common knowledge that martial artists needed to kill demonic beasts to increase their cultivation level. The God's Child system would obtain experience points from killing demonic beasts, and only then would the martial artist's strength and cultivation level be replenished. She was already very surprised when Lin Xian gave her the heavenly star fruit to directly increase her cultivation level after consuming it. Now, Lin Xian told her that she could increase her cultivation level without doing anything. Could it be the medicine just now? Impossible. She had heard of this medicine before. Ling Ying had also used it before, but it didn't increase her realm at all. Must be a conspiracy. There must be a conspiracy. Han Chushu glanced at Lin Xian, who she had played the bad guy card with, and then shook her head. I don't believe it. Lin Xian smiled. Then do you want to bet? What kind of bet? Han Chushu asked. Lin Xian said, I don't do anything and I won't give you anything to eat or do anything. In 10 minutes, your realm will mysteriously increase by 2 stars. Do you want to bet? Han Chushu wouldn't back down. Lin Xian was definitely lying to her on purpose. He had tricked her into a daze in order to achieve some unknown goal. Or rather, they were now boyfriend and girlfriend. If he succeeded in tricking her this time, he would definitely use other ways to trick her in the future. Therefore she couldn't fall for it. Since she knew it was impossible, she would take the risk. She, Han Chushu, was never afraid. Then what are we betting? Han Chushu asked. Lin Xian pondered for a moment and made a panicked expression. He wanted Han Chushu to think that she would definitely win and that Lin Xian was deliberately saying that. Obviously, a girl in love had a negative IQ. She had been fooled. She saw Lin Xian's slight change in expression and knew that she would definitely win. Then Lin Xian looked at Han Chushu and said, I win. I'll sleep with you tonight. Han Chushu, it's not like you haven't slept with me before. Lin Xian added. Han Chushu's pretty face slightly reddened. She thought that she would definitely win. Lin Xian must have used this kind of bad bet to scare her and worry her so that she wouldn't bet. Thinking of this, Han Chushu smiled. She wasn't that stupid. Faint. Lin Xian's mouth wide open. Big sister, you agree? Because you lose. Han Chushu's tone had a hint of playfulness. Then if you lose, you have to promise me 3 things, things that are within your power. Lin Xian looked hesitant. Han Chushu saw Lin Xian's hesitant look and laughed in her heart. He was tricking her. She would definitely win. This. You don't dare to bet. Han Chushu said somewhat proudly. Lin Xian clenched his teeth and looked like he was having a hard time making a decision. Fine, let's bet. I want to declare my sovereignty as your man. Han Chushu laughed in her heart. Especially when she saw Lin Xian's expression. She knew that she would definitely win. She didn't do anything and her cultivation level increased by 2 stars in 10 minutes. If there was such a thing in this world, she would rather be slapped by this bad guy Lin Xian. If Lin Xian gave her something to eat, she would still be worried. But if he didn't eat anything and didn't do anything, why should she be worried? This was equivalent to increasing one's cultivation level for no reason. It was equivalent to not doing anything at home but eating and sleeping every day. Then, Hua Qing Academy sent her an acceptance letter. This was impossible. Lin Xian's heart was laughing even more happily than Han Chushu's at this moment. Didn't they say that Han Chushu was very smart? How could he be so stupid? She believed him just because he casually pretended to be smart. Could it be that all women in love had negative IQ? That couldn't be right. Ling Ying was quite smart. Why did Han Chushu's IQ drop so much? At this moment, Han Chushu felt like she was walking on air because she felt that she was going to win. After winning, she had 3 conditions. The first was for Lin Xian to cook for her for a month and massage her shoulders, just like Ling Ying did previously. As for the second one, it would be too easy for him to spend more time playing with him. As for the third condition, she would think about it in the future. Anyway, she was definitely going to win. The two of them held hands and chatted as they strolled on the street. The weather was a bit cold, but their hearts were warm. Lin Xian looked at the time again. 10 minutes were almost up. You'll lose in the last minute. Han Chusha saw Lin Xian look at the time and then silently said, I know. Then are you going to admit defeat? Han Chushua asked. Lin Xian's lips curled up. 9. Han Chushua. What was he doing? What are you doing? Han Chushua asked in confusion. Lin Xian didn't answer her and continued counting down. 6, 5, 4. 3, 2, 1. Lin Xian snapped his fingers. Then Han Chushua's aura rose. Han Chushua. Ding. Your level has increased to Mysterious Heaven Realm 7 stars. Ding. Your level has increased to Mysterious Heaven Realm 8 stars. Han Chushua. Increasing one's realm should be a happy thing. Even if she didn't do anything, it should be a happy thing to increase her realm by 2 stars. But why couldn't she be happy? Ha ha ha. Lin Xian saw Han Chushua's somewhat confused expression and laughed happily. How is this possible? Han Chushua whispered. Wait. This Lin Xian. Those expressions before were all fake. People's hearts are sinister. Wow. Isn't this too terrifying? But it was also because she felt that it was impossible that she agreed. However, Han Chushua really couldn't understand why this was happening. Why? She probably couldn't figure out that Lin Xian completed her mission and that Adonis' system could forcefully increase her realm. How did you do it? Han Chushua looked at Lin Xian with a shocked expression. This is a secret. Lin Xian grinned. You only need to know that you lost the bet. And now I need to go home with you, take a nice bath, and then Han Chushua's heart thumped. It seems like it's over. You won't go back on your word, right? Lin Xian looked at Han Chushua and said. In Lin Xian's understanding, girls like Han Chushua disdained being shameless the most. Of course not. But you can't do anything. Han Chushua reminded with a red face. Lin Xian nodded repeatedly. Han Chushua heaved a sigh of relief. But wasn't his IQ dropping too much? She lured the wolf into her room and even into her bed, and she still believed that this wolf wouldn't do anything. Lin Xian felt that tonight, he might be able to achieve something. Chapter 551. Click. Han Chushua opened the door of the villa and Lin Xian walked in happily. As a delicate beauty, Han Chushua's house was of course very beautiful. It was just that it was too big and she was the only one living there, so Han Chushua didn't dress up too much. But it was definitely warm and clean. Han Chushua's heart was filled with apprehension. What should I do? Shameless. No way. This wasn't her character. But with Lin Xian, she couldn't do it no matter how much she thought about it. Although she was indeed Lin Xian's girlfriend now and there was nothing wrong with that, how could they have sex on the first day of their relationship? Did other couples have to be like this on the first day of their relationship? Han Chushua didn't understand. She didn't have many friends to begin with, and she had never cared about such matters, so she didn't quite understand if this was something a girlfriend should do. She had only watched a lot of TV dramas, and the male and female leads in those dramas would take at least half a season, or even until the finale, right? Could it be that reality and TV were completely different? She didn't understand either. Anyway, she was feeling very anxious right now. She needed someone who knew about this to ask her. However, her friend was Ling Ying. Ling Ying was also an old white man who had never been in a relationship before. But this was because of their bet and she lost the bet. If there wasn't this bet and she didn't lose the bet, they would still have sex. At most, she would have been kissed by Lin Xian, the bad guy. Yes. It wasn't like they had to do anything shameful. It was just purely fulfilling the terms of the bet. They wouldn't do anything else. Each of them would have their own bed and blanket, and each of them would have their own privacy. Anyway, it wasn't the first time. Thinking of this, Han Chusha let out a sigh of relief, and her blushing face became slightly normal. Chushua's wife, what are you thinking about? Why are you in a daze? Lin Xian waved his hand in front of Han Chushua's face. Just as she was about to return to her normal emotions and face, because of the way Lin Xian addressed her, she blushed again. No, nothing. Han Chushua stuttered and said hurriedly. Your face is so red. Do you have a fever? Lin Xian pretended to reach out and touch Han Chushua's forehead. Han Chushua quickly turned her face to the side and said, It's freezing. Lin Xian stifled a laugh in his heart. This girl had said that she was of the ice attribute and wasn't afraid of the cold, but it was true. Let alone 7 or 8 degrees, even if it was 20 degrees below zero, she wouldn't be frozen. Not to mention her. Any normal profound heaven realm cultivator wouldn't be frozen by 10 degrees below zero, let alone her who was of the ice attribute. But now he was saying that he was cold. Cute, so cute. She was much cuter than Ling Ying. If this was Ling Ying, she would have already kicked him. Especially when an ice beauty was shy, she was the most charming. I'll go get you some water. After saying that, Han Chushua quickly ran away. Lin Xian happily leaned on the sofa. What should he do tonight? Han Chushua's face was red as she poured a cup of warm water for Lin Xian and handed it to him. Is it hot? Lin Xian asked. Han Chushua shook her head. It's warm. That's only because your hand feels warm. Your hand is much thicker than your mouth, even if it's a little fairy. So you have to taste it to tell whether it's hot or not. Lin Xian started to bluff. Han Chushua believed Lin Xian's words and then foolishly took a sip. It's not hot. Han Chushua said softly. Then, Lin Xian took the water from her hand and drank it in one gulp. Han Chushua. Wait. She seemed to have just drunk it and then Lin Xian drank it. He. Han Chushua patted her little face. Heavens! How could she be so stupid now? Shouldn't she have realized this earlier? Well, it's sweeter than normal warm water. Lin Xian grinned. Han Chushua. I'm going to take a shower. After saying that, Han Chushua ran upstairs as if she was escaping. Lin Xian stretched his back and strolled around the room. Then, he grabbed a bottle of premium red wine from the wine cabinet in the living room and carried 2 wine glasses upstairs. Click! He turned the doorknob and locked it. I'll go in sooner or later. You're so shy that you locked it. But it's useless. Lin Xian then released the space attribute and directly jumped into the room. Then he sat on the sofa and drank wine. After about 20 minutes, Han Chushua walked out of the bathroom and saw Lin Xian as soon as she opened the door of the bathroom. She was completely stunned. She turned her head and looked around. This was her room, right? She remembered that she locked it. Thinking about it, it made sense. Lin Xian had the spatial attribute, so he could do it. You're done. Then I'll go take a shower and drink some wine. Lin Xian handed a glass of wine to Han Chushua. Han Chushua shook her head slightly. She was afraid that she wouldn't be able to sleep after drinking. Drinking a little will help you sleep better. After saying that, Lin Xian walked into the bedroom. When Lin Xian walked out, Han Chushua had already prepared 2 beds. She even used 2 beds to separate them, creating a natural barrier. She was wrapped up, leaning against the bed and reading a book. You. Han Chushua suddenly saw that Lin Xian wasn't wearing panties, and her pretty face suddenly turned red. I'm not doing panties. Lin Xian shrugged and said straightforwardly. Then he walked to the other side. Let's go to sleep. Han Chushua quickly turned off the light. Okay, then let's sleep. Lin Xian grinned. When Han Chushua laid down, she suddenly realized that where did the 2 beds in the middle go? Wait a minute, what's with this show? Ugh! Ding! Successfully knocked down Han Chushua, Prince Charming points plus 300,000 0. Ding, successfully knocked down the third big sister. Prince Charming points plus 1,000. Ding. Do you want to raise Han Chushua's cultivation by 2 stars as compensation? Ding, do you think you're worthy of the other big sisters? The system sent over a soul interrogation. Lin Xian wasn't in the mood to answer it right now. He was doing business, but he was thinking in his heart. Worthy? Does a system like you have the right to ask this question? The next afternoon, Lin Xian opened his eyes. Then, he turned his head and looked at the little cutie in his arms. It was much smoother than he imagined. Of course, Han Chushua refused last night, but Lin Xian practically forced himself on her. Later she completely gave up and then she didn't get it. Han Chushua slept very deeply. Lin Xian didn't know what to do when she woke up. Chapter 552. Lin Xian stayed at Han Chushua's house the whole time, from the night they finished watching the movie until the morning of the third day. After they were done with each other last night, Lin Xian got up again and cooked a big meal for Han Chushua. Only then did Han Chushua calm down a little. What was the source of her unhappiness? It was because he promised to cook for her, but he didn't cook for her before he bullied her. However, she was easily satisfied. After Lin Xian cooked for her, nothing happened. In the morning, Lin Xian looked at Chushua in his arms and couldn't help but smile. Han Chushua woke up a long time ago and had been looking at Lin Xian. When she saw Lin Xian suddenly open his eyes, she quickly closed them. However, her long and trembling eyelashes betrayed her. Lin Xian smiled and said, I feel so refreshed in the morning. I have an endless amount of energy in my body. Let me think, where should I use this energy? Don't. Hearing Lin Xian's words, Han Chushua couldn't stay calm. You're awake. Lin Xian then kissed her, and Han Chushua rolled her eyes at him. Today I'm going shopping with Ling Ying. You can go. Han Chushua said. Lin Xian. Hey, you're letting me go after King me? Han Chushua. No. Your family isn't coming today. Han Chushua said. They'll probably arrive in the afternoon. Okay, I'll come then. Han Chushua shrank back and nodded slightly. Suddenly she realized something. Her cultivation had reached the 10-star profound heaven stage. When she made the bet with Lin Xian, she was at mysterious heaven realm 6 stars. Then she inexplicably increased by 2 stars. Why did she suddenly increase by 2 stars? My realm increased by 2 stars. Han Chushua stared at Lin Xian in a daze. Lin Xian smirked. Is that so? Congratulations. Well, why did my cultivation level increase for no reason? What did you do? Han Chushua asked Lin Xian in surprise. She had no idea how she had managed to raise her cultivation realm in the previous bet, but now she had raised it once more. The first time was when Lin Xian successfully confessed to her and was rewarded with a 2-star upgrade. The second time was when Lin Xian pushed her down in an extremely short amount of time, so the system rewarded her again. Naturally, Lin Xian also used it on her. What did you do? Lin Xian smirked, then whispered in Han Chushua's ear. What did I do to you in the past 2 days? Don't you remember? Han Chushua. Her pretty face was completely red. Go away. You actually want me to leave? You've changed. Tell me, what's the reason? Han Chushua was really curious. She never knew that there was such a thing. There's a method called double masturbation, do you know? Han Chushua. Why didn't she believe it? But how could she explain it? Oh right. Lin Xian took out the heavenly star fruit. This was also the extra heavenly star fruit that Han Chushua received from the mission reward. Han Chushua happened to be at the mystic heaven realm, so this heavenly star fruit could directly allow her to advance to the lightning tribulation realm. Han Chushua naturally recognized this fruit. It was the fruit that allowed her to directly advance to the mystic heaven realm. You can advance to the lightning tribulation realm after eating the heavenly star fruit, Lin Xian said. I can still advance to the lightning tribulation realm? Han Chushua's little mouth opened slightly. Lin Xian nodded. Even if you advance from the lightning tribulation realm to the law realm, this fruit can directly allow you to skip this major realm. However, it's useless if you advance from the law realm to the domain realm. So powerful! Han Chushue exclaimed. Even if they advanced from the lightning tribulation realm to the law realm, this fruit could allow them to skip that major realm. It was really powerful. Lin Xian nodded. That's why you should eat first. It's very precious, right? Han Chushue held the heavenly star fruit and looked at Lin Xian hesitantly. She knew that this heavenly star fruit must be incomparably precious just by hearing about its effects. Lin Xian smiled and said, "As long as it's for you, I'm willing to give it to you no matter how precious it is." Han Chushue blushed. To be honest, this wasn't a romantic remark, but it was very effective on Han Chushue. To be precise, it was effective on any girl whose IQ was reduced to a negative number when in love. Hurry up and eat it. After eating it, you'll be in the lightning tribulation realm. Your realm is even higher than Ling Ying's. Han Chushue didn't argue anymore and ate the heavenly star fruit. A burst of power erupted from Han Chushue's delicate body, and the curtains danced. Ding! Your realm has advanced to the lightning tribulation realm. Han Chushue was pleasantly surprised. Lightning tribulation realm. She was only in the mystic heaven realm 6 stars not long ago and hadn't killed a single monster. Now she was in the lightning tribulation realm. She wasn't too excited, but she was pleasantly surprised. All right, now you've left Ling Ying behind. Lin Xian smiled and said, "When the time comes, she'll wonder if I went to the demonic beast domain." Han Chushue said, "If you want to say it, then say it honestly. She also knows about this matter. She has also advanced by 2 stars before, so she won't be too surprised." Lin Xian said, but he regretted it the moment he said it. Although Han Chushue's IQ had decreased a lot when in love, and sometimes she was a little silly, this kind of thing was super sensitive. She had advanced twice. The first time was because of a bet with Lin Xian. She wasn't stupid because Lin Xian confessed to her. As for why she advanced, she didn't know, but there must be a reason. Was it because Lin Xian confessed to her successfully, so he secretly gave her something to eat? The second time was after Lin Xian took her virginity. Now Lin Xian told her that Ling Ying had also advanced by 2 stars before, and that she had advanced by 2 stars every time. In other words, did Lin Xian also confess to Ling Ying successfully, or did he take away Ling Ying's virginity? Lin Xian told her that it was because of dual cultivation. Did that mean that she and Ling Ying had also dual cultivation? Girls at this time would be sensitive. This was very normal. Lin Xian coughed and quickly said, "Don't think too much. The reason why it can increase your cultivation is a secret. I'll tell you later." After saying that, Lin Xian walked out. Damn it. I almost self-destructed. Han Chushu looked at Lin Xian's back and fell into deep thought. Girls were all like this. When they encountered something that made them puzzled, they would overthink, especially a lot. Obviously, Han Chushu was like this now. Thinking about it again, Ling Ying was now living with Lin Xian, and their relationship seemed to be very good. Maybe. But what could Han Chushu do? She didn't know. If it was true, would her relationship with Ling Ying be broken? Impossible. She wouldn't do that. She could only say. Maybe she would just turn a blind eye because their relationship was really very good. She couldn't bear to lose Ling Ying. Chapter 553. At this moment, Lin Xian was walking on the road, thinking about something. Now that Han Chushu was in his hands, what was next? Ling Ying and Han Chushu. When this task was completed, Lin Xian would be able to obtain the formulas of the 3 major potions. At that time, he would be able to fully develop his forces. Without these things, the current Lin Xian did not have the qualifications and capital to develop his own forces. Chushue's family will be here this afternoon, so I have to confront them this afternoon. What should I do? Lin Xian rubbed his chin. Han Chushue's family and Ling Ying's mother, Qin Lan, were two different types. Her family was very strict, and Qin Lan was the kind of parent who wasn't very serious, so she also had a daughter who wasn't very serious. Of course, being indecent didn't mean that she was flirting with men, but she was careless and careless. But looking at Han Chushue's character, one could see the situation of her parents. And this time was different. Ling Ying's mother was the type of mother who couldn't wait for her daughter to get married and hold a grandson. In addition to her character, Lin Xian was not worried about her. The only person he had to worry about was Ling Ying's father. As for Han Chushue's parents, needless to say, her mother's thoughts were absolutely different from Qin Lan's. Although she also wanted her daughter to get married, she definitely wanted her daughter to marry into a good family. As for Lin Xian, he was a stinky little brother. And now Han Chushue was pregnant, so it was conceivable what Lin Xian would experience this afternoon or tonight. And Lin Xian's approach was to temporarily confront them until the end. Although it was a little silly, it could announce his purpose. So tonight, Lin Xian needed a strong helper. Was he afraid of them? Of course he was afraid. Even if Lin Xian wasn't clear about how powerful the Han family was, he could imagine it. But he was confident that the child in Han Chushue's belly would be considered. No matter how strict the parents were, they would always consider the child and their daughter's future reputation, right? Han Chushue didn't care, just like Ling Ying. But as parents they definitely cared. What did you do? Back home, Xiao Runing, Ling Ying, and Linya sat together to eat. Now that they were together the whole time, Ling Ying was also willing to cultivate feelings with Linya and teach her how to fight. Of course it was good. When they reached home, Ling Ying immediately asked, "I haven't seen this bastard, I haven't seen him for 2 days. I haven't seen him in the past 2 days, I haven't seen him in the past. I haven't seen him reply until the next morning." Something was not right. She had said that she was having fun outside. What was she doing that she did not reply to his messages for the whole night? Ms. Wanz's miss. It had to be said that if a girl were to investigate a case, her IQ would soar. Her intuition is invincible's it. That's right, Ling Ying's intuition was correct. I went to the demonic beast domain to investigate, Lin Xian said, rubbing his nose. Ding. Deceiving your own girlfriend, Prince Charming points plus 20,000. Lin Xian. Xiao Xian, didn't you say the beast domain is very dangerous? You shouldn't go either. Linya looked at Lin Xian worriedly and said softly. Lin Xian nodded. Don't worry, I have an expert by my side. At least my safety isn't a problem. Otherwise I wouldn't dare to go out. I'm also afraid of something happening. After all, there's a little fairy at home. Yo, so mushy, so mushy. You don't care, you talk like you're his girlfriend every day. Xiao Runing had goosebumps all over her body. Miss Xiao, you don't understand. In my heart, little fairy is my girlfriend. Linya blushed. Aya, look at him. You have to be careful when you interact with him in the future. This bastard definitely has his eyes on you. After all, you're so beautiful. Linya shook her head. I'm his older sister. Then you're still not his real sister. Xiao Runing said with a smile. A thought occurred to Linya, and her face flushed red again. Ling Ying stretched and walked towards Lin Xian. Come here, I have something important to tell you. Oh! Then Lin Xian followed Ling Ying with an expression as if he had done something wrong. He didn't understand why was he feeling guilty. No, it was normal to feel guilty. He should feel guilty. What is it? Lin Xian scratched his head and looked at Ling Ying. Ling Ying said, Chushue told me that her family is coming today. I'll go shopping with her later and act out a play with her in the afternoon. Are you sure about this? What is it? It's about lying to Chushue's family that she's pregnant. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. Did Han Chushue tell Ling Ying about this? But it was normal to tell her. With Ling Ying acting with her, they would be more convinced. Lin Xian nodded. What can I do? Otherwise, those young masters will find out that it's fake. But you'll be hated by the Han family and even those people in Tiandu. Have you thought about it? Lin Xian nodded. Don't worry, I've thought about it as much as you. Okay, if you've thought about it, then there's no problem. I'm only worried about one thing. What? Ling Ying asked in confusion. Didn't you tell me before that your Ling family and the Han family are good friends? Ling Ying nodded. Yeah, my mom and Han Chushua's mother often play mahjong together. Lin Xian. But Auntie Qin knows about me. When they play mahjong together and Han Chushua's mother also mentions me, what if they combine the two of them and think that they're the same person and that they're both me? What should I do? Ling Ying was stunned. Yeah, Lin Xian was her boyfriend. Qin Lan knew this. Now that Lin Xian was Han Chushua's boyfriend, when Han Chushua's mother and Qin Lan played mahjong, they would mention someone called Lin Xian. Then, when they found out that it was the same person, wouldn't their families be furious? This seems to be a problem, but regarding your matter, my mom might not necessarily talk to Han Chushua's mother, right? No, it's hard to say because my mom and Han Chushua's mom are best friends, and they talk about everything. Although Han Chushua's mom will be very angry because Han Chushua is pregnant with your child, and although family scandals shouldn't be aired in public, they are best friends, so. Ling Ying suddenly realized this. So what should I do? Should I marry both of them? Lin Xian grinned. Ha ha ha. Damn. Why are you chuckling? If that's really the case, then you can just wait for death. The Han family and the Ling family's anger. But before you die, you should be famous. Chapter 554. Ling Ying was right. Let alone the Han family and the Ling family, even if it was just one of their families, Lin Xian wouldn't be able to handle it. Also, let me tell you a piece of bad news, Ling Ying said. What? Hearing Ling Ying's words, Lin Xian's heart skipped a beat. That is, Han Chushua is an only child. In other words, her parents are the ones in charge of the entire Han family. She's the precious daughter, the only child. Then, in her parents' eyes, she even got pregnant because of you. Although it's fake, you still want to treat it as real. So you can imagine how angry they are. Lin Xian. No way. In the huge Han family, she's an only child. Ling Ying nodded. Yes, at least I have an older brother. But student Han is a genuine only child. Lin Xian scratched his head. This was a bit of a suicide mission. If she wasn't an only child, maybe it would be a bit better. But an only child. Their only precious daughter was ruined by a nobody in a third-tier city, and even got pregnant. Even though Lin Xian hadn't met them yet, he could already feel the aura of death coming at him. That's right. He was purely looking for death. Do you still dare to do it now? If you let me cooperate with you, and Chushua said that it was just an act, then this matter wouldn't be a problem. But if you insist on doing what you said, I really don't know if you can live. Ling Ying looked at Lin Xian and said sincerely, then continued. No matter how you think about it, the former is better. Why are you so stubborn? If you choose the latter, not only will you suffer the wrath of the Han family, but you will also suffer the wrath of those young masters in Tiandu who once pursued Chushua. Maybe even my family will know, and my Han family, can you handle it? Lin Xian sat on the bed and rubbed his chin. Yes, Ling Ying was right. No matter how she thought about it, the former was better. Nothing happened, but now that Han Chushua was Lin Xian's girlfriend, Lin Xian didn't want to shirk his responsibility. He wanted to face the difficulties head-on. He had no confidence. He had no confidence at all. His strength, family background, and background were all trash compared to them. Perhaps the only thing he wasn't sure of was the child in Han Chushua's belly. He was betting that if Han Chushua cooperated with him, the Han family wouldn't be willing to give up the child. Although it was Lin Xian's, they wouldn't be willing to give up Han Chushua's chastity. If the child was aborted, her reputation in Tiandu would be ruined. Moreover, this was Lin Xian's responsibility towards Han Chushua. If he did that, Han Chushua would know that Lin Xian had already set his eyes on her. He was even willing to be their enemy. Lin Xian also had to be responsible for Han Chushua. Moreover, He didn't want to admit defeat. Although there was a saying that taking a step back would make things easier, Lin Xian didn't want to back down. He wanted to tell those people that Han Chushue was his woman. No one could take her away. Although they didn't have a real child, Lin Xian wanted to tell those people. Han Chushue didn't care about her reputation, so why should he be afraid of danger? People's hearts were made of flesh. Would the Han family really be so stubborn as to kill him? For the sake of the child and Han Chushue, there was a high chance that they wouldn't, unless they really had a heart of stone. Moreover, Lin Xian also had a backup plan, Ling Longyue. At the very least, she could protect Lin Xian's life and Linya. Although Lin Xian knew that he was being selfish, he didn't want to admit defeat, even if it was like throwing an egg against a rock. I don't want to show weakness. Lin Xian looked at Ling Ying and said. But I don't understand. This clearly has nothing to do with you, so why do you want to take the risk? Was it really just for the sake of your reputation? Is it because you don't want to be laughed at by Zhao Nanfeng and the others because you're Han Chushue's boyfriend? If that's the case, I think there's really no need. There must be other reasons, right? Ling Ying understood Lin Xian well. Yes, if that's the case, why bother? Lin Xian looked at Ling Ying, and Ling Ying's beautiful eyes also looked at Lin Xian. You guys, don't tell me you did that? Ling Ying then said quietly. Lin Xian, should he confess? If he did, would Ling Ying be angry? He would definitely be angry. But would he leave in anger and break up with him? Lin Xian didn't know. He was afraid of this, but if he didn't confess for the sake of the mission, there would be a day when the three of them would do that. Should he deal with Ling Ying first? But could he deal with it? Lin Xian was so annoyed. Don't say any more, I know. Ling Ying saw Lin Xian hesitating. She wasn't stupid, she knew. Little Ling Ying, Lin Xian had thought it through before, but when it really happened, he really didn't know what to do. Forget it, there are no good men. I already knew that you were restless, and I was already prepared. Otherwise, I wouldn't have encouraged you to pursue Chushue. Ling Ying sighed. Anger, disappointment, grievance, all kinds of emotions surged up. Ding! The system notifications in Lin Xian's mind were also exploding. It was enough to see that Ling Ying was really upset now. But she had to pretend to be carefree. She couldn't bear to, that's right. If it was normal, Ling Ying would even kill Lin Xian. But, first she couldn't bear to, second he was already prepared. Third, she was also the one who encouraged him. She really couldn't bear to. Actually, from her favorability towards Lin Xian also knew. No, you didn't encourage me. It was because you cared about Chushue. She was in that kind of situation. It was my fault. Ling Ying stood up, then smiled and said, Tisa, I'm not that weak. Who do you think you are? From today onwards, let's break up. Don't even think about getting my C. After saying that, Ling Ying rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. At that moment she wanted to break up, but she couldn't bear to say it. She didn't have the courage to say it. It was true love. She really felt wronged. Now it was really messy. On one hand she couldn't bear to, and on the other hand, Han Chushue was pursued by Lin Xian. Between the two of them, one had to give up and the other had to gain. But she couldn't bear to, and she didn't want to fight with her best friend, so. Little Ling Ying. At this moment, Lin Xian really didn't know how to feel. He was no longer that heartless Lin Xian. Alright, I'm going to go shopping with Chushue and forge a medical report at the hospital. But since you've made up your mind, you have to be prepared for anger and thunder. If you're not careful, you might be smashed into pieces. You have to remember that you still have Linya to take care of and protect. Don't be so impulsive in the future. There's nothing wrong with being a little timid sometimes. Bye. After saying that, Ling Ying walked out. Chapter 555. Outside the door, Ling Ying walked out and said to Linya with a smile, Big Sister Linya, Miss Xiao, I'm going to go shopping with Chushue, so I won't be training with Big Sister Linya today. Linya nodded. Thank you, Xiaoying. Ling Ying smiled and said, "It's nothing, I'll be going now." Then Ling Ying walked out and closed the door. The moment she closed the door, the smile on her face slowly disappeared. She covered her mouth and her tears couldn't help but fall. She forced herself not to make a sound as she slowly squatted at the door and began to cry. Helplessness, grievance, collapse. Ding. Made your girlfriend cry. Male God points plus 1 million. Ding. Felt Ling Ying's grievance and various strong emotions. Male God points plus 10,000. The system notifications continuously sounded in Lin Xian's mind. He also felt guilty, but when he chose this path, he should have thought of this. Was he going to abandon all the girls and only be with Ling Ying? Lin Xian also wanted to, but he couldn't do it now. Either he didn't choose this path from the beginning, or he could only walk it to the end. Ling Ying didn't even blame him, didn't even cry in front of him, didn't even make a fuss in front of him. She didn't even say that she wanted to break up. She even acted indifferent in front of him, as if she didn't care at all. But the system's notifications exposed her true thoughts. For this kind of woman, what reason did you have to go outside and mess around? What reason did you have to not be good to her? But he had always done things that let her down. Who? Lin Xian let out a long breath. He was in a mess right now and didn't know what to do. Lin Xian thanked the male god system. It changed Lin Xian, allowing him to rise from a piece of trash in a short period of time. But at the same time he hated the system. Perhaps he hated himself for not having the right. If it wasn't for the male god system, let alone cultivating, he might not even have the chance to meet any girl with Ling Ying. He was a bastard. Chuxing. Even now, Lin Xian didn't know if he should comfort Ling Ying. Perhaps she didn't want him to see her crying and caring. Lin Xian even wanted to let Ling Ying beat him up and stab him twice. That way Lin Xian would feel better. Ling Ying, who was at the door, couldn't help but cry for a while. Afraid of being seen, she covered her mouth and hurriedly ran into the elevator. In the afternoon, Lin Xian pretended that nothing had happened and ate a little of the lunch that Linya had made. His Adonis points had reached 80 million. But he didn't feel anything at all because he wasn't in the mood right now. Little fairy, I'm going out. Remember not to go to the demonic beast domain. Lin Xian smiled at Linya. Linya nodded. Okay, you be careful too. Then Lin Xian walked out. Lin Xian doesn't seem to be in a good mood after leaving the room. Xiao Runing said to Linya. Linya nodded. She was too familiar with Lin Xian. If even Xiao Runing could see it, how could she not? Although Lin Xian acted as if nothing had happened, they could tell from his eyes and some of his actions that something was amiss. Could it be that he quarreled with Ling Ying? They were chatting in the room before Ling Ying went out. It seems like she wasn't too happy at that time and was pretending to be happy. Xiao Runing frowned. From what she knew, these two people were carefree and had no worries. They were especially compatible with each other. What was there to quarrel about? It shouldn't be normal. Linya shook her head. I don't know. I hope nothing happened. They could tell, but they didn't say anything. They could only hope that nothing happened. They couldn't do anything and didn't want to talk about it. In Lin Xian and Linya's previous home, Ling Longyue was alone. She really had nothing to do. Without Lin Xian looking for her to play, she would just stay at home and eat good food, watch TV or play games. Luckily, she had recently become addicted to online games. After playing, she realized that humans were simply geniuses. Lin Xian opened the door and walked in. You're here. Come and play games with me. Ling Longyue then ran to Lin Xian and impatiently pulled Lin Xian's hand. She pulled Lin Xian to the sofa and even forgot that they were touching. You're such a noob and you're still playing games. Lin Xian said. Who said so? Just now I killed 2 people. Ling Longyue said proudly. But you died 18 times. Ling Longyue laughed awkwardly. Then play with me. Ling Longyue even had a hint of coquettishness in her voice. This was because their relationship was getting better and better. Although this girl was very arrogant and couldn't stop talking about killing people, she was still a little girl and was easily satisfied. Okay. I'll play a few rounds with you. Lin Xian smiled helplessly and then started the dark path with Ling Longyue. Hey, DPS, why are you in a daze? Oh, you're a scammer, a big scammer. Godly equipment, you can't even a few attacks in a group battle. I've given you so much healing and you can't even deal any damage. I lost, sob, I lost again. It wasn't easy for me to get out of the black iron pit, but I was brought back by you again. I played 3 rounds and didn't win a single round. Oh, if I ever play games with you again, I'll be a stupid pig. Ling Longyue was infuriated. Then she suddenly realized that after being infuriated for tens of seconds, this Lin Xian didn't give any response. She then calmed down and looked at Lin Xian. She realized that this guy was in a daze and there was a hint of worry in his eyes. Ling Longyue shook Lin Xian's arm. Lin Xian looked at her. Are you in a bad mood? Ling Longyue asked. This Lin Xian in her eyes was a big bad guy, an unforgivable big bad guy. She had never seen Lin Xian in a bad mood before. So when she saw him for the first time, she had a special feeling. No, am I in a bad mood? Lin Xian smiled. Continue. No, I'm not playing anymore. Ling Longyue turned off the computer and looked at Lin Xian with her big eyes. What's wrong with you? Don't tell me the girl you like ran away with another guy. That's a good thing. Lin Xian, get lost. Hee. Ling Longyue smiled and said, tell me, why are you in a bad mood? Let me be happy. Lin Xian rolled his eyes at her. Go. Don't bother me. All right, I'm hungry, I want to eat something good. Ling Longyue then tilted her head and said, sure, I'll bring you to eat this afternoon or at night. Why, I want to eat now. Ling Longyue pouted and said. Chapter 556. That wouldn't do. He was going to trick Ling Longyue into supporting him. If he brought her out to eat now, what if she was full and didn't want to eat anymore? No, Lin Xian realized that he was worrying too much. This girl wouldn't be full. All right, let's go. I'll bring you to eat KFC. Oh, what kind of duck is KFC? Ling Longyue asked with her big eyes filled with anticipation. KFC is a delicious duck. After we finish eating KFC, I'll bring you to eat something delicious. Ding. Ling Longyue's favorability towards you +5. That's right, this girl was so easily satisfied. After being brought out to eat by Lin Xian, how much did her favorability towards him increase? No, to be precise, she was easily deceived. You can't lie to me. Lin Xian smiled and nodded. And I won't lie to you. Actually, he had already deceived this girl. That's right, he was bringing her out to eat delicious food. But eating delicious food wasn't the main point. After that, Lin Xian brought Ling Longyue out to eat delicious food. Around 5 in the afternoon, Lin Xian's phone rang. Now that Lin Xian was a little oversensitive, he almost jumped up when his phone rang. Ling Longyue ignored him and focused on eating her delicious food. As long as there was delicious food, nothing would attract her attention. Hello. When Lin Xian saw that it was Ling Ying calling, he panicked. At this time, Ling Ying and Han Chuxue were together, so Chuxue's mother brought people over. We are now at Chuxue's house. Chuxue and I are preparing dinner. She asked you to come over. Ling Ying said. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. Only Chuxue's mother. Where's her father? Her father originally wanted to come, but he was stopped by Chuxue's mother. If he came, you would be skinned alive. Daughters are their father's intimate little jackets, and you ruined their intimate little jackets. Tell me, how angry would he be? Luckily, Auntie Zhao is still quite calm and didn't dare to let him come. However, this time, other than a few experts from the Han clan, there are also a few pursuers of Chuxue who came with Auntie Zhao. They came of their own accord. When you come, you have to be prepared. Prepare in many ways. Lin Xian nodded. Got it. Those who are pursuing Chuxue are also eating together. Of course not. They're not familiar with each other. And Auntie Zhao doesn't want to settle this in front of outsiders. They'll do their thing, and Auntie Zhao will do hers. There are only 4 people here today. Auntie Zhao, Chushua's cousin, Chushua's cousin's girlfriend, and Chushua's uncle, who is Auntie Zhao's biological brother. Lin Xian rubbed his chin. What kind of lineup was this? Understand. Well, come over later. There's still about an hour and a half before dinner is ready. You can come over then. All right. I'm hanging up. Hey, wait. Lin Xian called out to Ling Ying. Is there anything else? I just want to apologize to you. Lin Xian said softly. On the other side, Ling Ying's delicate body trembled. Then she silently hung up the phone. However, this sound made her feel much better. Perhaps a simple sentence, a simple action would be enough to satisfy her. An hour later, Lin Xian looked at the time and patted Ling Longyue's head. Let's go, I'll bring you to eat a big meal. Ling Longyue also ignored Lin Xian's actions. If it was in the past, would Lin Xian dare to pat her head? But now Ling Longyue's favorability towards Lin Xian was 35. It was the same as her sister. 35 favorability wasn't just a simple, friendly. It was more than friendly. After all, 50 favorability was enough to confess. Where are we going to eat? Ling Longyue asked expectantly. My friend's house. Lin Xian said. Anyway, there's good food. Don't you believe me? Ling Longyue said. I didn't believe you before, but now it's okay. Then let's go. Then Lin Xian brought Ling Longyue to Han Chushue's villa. Han Chushue's matter. Tiandu naturally couldn't hide it. Zhao Nanfeng naturally leaked the news. But fortunately, this meal was only for Han Chushue's family. There weren't any young masters from other families. Ling Ying was right. This was a family matter. Even if Han Chushue's mother wanted to bring those young masters to Lin Xian, it wasn't necessary. She didn't want others to judge her. At this moment, the Han family's villa was brightly lit. There were a few figures sitting on the sofa. It was a beautiful woman dressed in luxurious clothes. She looked 70% similar to Han Chushue, and she also looked very young. Like Qin Lan, she was the kind of mother and daughter who would only be recognized as the older sister if they went out. She didn't look too good as she sat on the sofa and drank tea. Beside her sat a 26 or 27-year-old man. He was very handsome and had a serious expression. Beside him was a beautiful woman who was peeling apples for everyone. Beside her was a middle-aged man. He was very burly and looked very serious. Naturally, that was Zhao Yaji's brother, Zhao Sanlong. Her Zhao family wasn't Zhao Nanfeng's Zhao family. Her Zhao family was a first-rate family in Tiandu. It wasn't considered one of the 8 great families and had nothing to do with the Zhao family. Ling Ying and Han Chushu were busy cooking in the kitchen. The main thing was that Han Chushu didn't dare to come out. Although she had chatted with her mother and uncle in the afternoon, she didn't reveal much. She was afraid that she would say something wrong. She said that she would wait until Lin Xian came. Zhao Yaji and the others didn't know that Han Chushue was pregnant. That was Lin Xian's trump card. If he knew, he definitely wouldn't let Han Chushue cook in the kitchen. This bastard. He doesn't even look at the time. He really wants to wait until the meal is ready before coming. Zhao Sanlong angrily slammed the coffee table. In the kitchen, Han Chushue's heart skipped a beat. Seemed that something was wrong. Uncle, don't be impatient. I think this kid is also panicking. Give him some time to prepare. Han Chushue's brother, Wang Wenxuan, said with a smile. You brat, why did your aunt bring you here? She's here to support her, not for you to side with outsiders. Chushue grew up with you. You're her cousin. When you were young you were so close. What about now? She was, by a bastard. Aren't you angry? Her father was so angry that he tore down one of the Han family's villas. It took dozens of people to persuade him not to come. You, on the other hand. Wang Wenxuan drank a mouthful of tea and said, Uncle Aunt, I am about the same age as Chushue. In my opinion, if she likes someone, then she should just be together. Has been 22 years. Have you seen Chushue have any good feelings for any guy? Chushue didn't even take a second look at those 8 big families. Instead, she came to a third-tier city and found a guy that she likes. I feel that this is a good thing, just like me and Meng Meng. Isn't Meng Meng's family also ordinary? You guys are too prejudiced. If Lin Xian knew that there was an elder brother who spoke up for him, how touched would he be? Chapter 557. Zhao Yaji took a sip of tea and glared at Wang Wenxuan. It was a mistake to bring a little bastard like you here. Wang Wenxuan smiled and said, I'm here to look for my good-for-nothing brother and to freeload a meal at your house. But I haven't eaten Chushue's cooking for many years, right Chushue? Speaking of which, why isn't that little fatty here yet? Wang Wenxuan shouted at Han Chushu, who was in the kitchen. Han Chushu nodded slightly, not knowing if Wang Wenxuan saw it. Aunt, don't be angry. He's always like this. He's never been serious since he was young. Elvi Meng Meng glared at Wang Wenxuan and said, This is Aunt's family matter. Why are you meddling? I swear to the heavens, I'm not meddling. I'm just stating my point of view. Get lost, Zhao Yaji said angrily. She was already angry, and after this little bastard said that what she did was wrong, she was even angrier. Was she wrong? She was Han Chushue's mother. She was her own daughter, so why couldn't she help her? Even if she couldn't do anything else, she should at least be compatible with him, right? This was great. Her daughter had already been with him for who knew how long, but she only found out now. When she came, she checked the villa. The man's clothes and towels were indeed traces of a man living here. She was so angry. Her daughter that she raised for 20 years was ruined by that bastard just like that. She couldn't understand why they were not compatible with each other. This didn't suit her daughter at all. What kind of taste did she have? She didn't even like those people in Tiandu, so how could she like a poor boy? Something must have happened in between, but she asked. Her daughter had grown up and had her own thoughts. If she didn't say anything, there was nothing she could do. She could only wait for that brat to come and have a face-to-face talk. Zhao Yaji would see if she could give him some money to make him leave her daughter. Anyway, there was one thing she knew. He couldn't be together with her daughter. Even if her daughter's chastity wasn't there with her excellence, there would still be a lot of people willing to marry her. The stubbornness of the older generation, there's a generation gap. Wang Wenxuan shook his head. You brat, eat some fruit and shut your mouth. Uncle, you just asked me to speak, and now you want me to shut up. How can you do this? Shut up. Wang Wenxuan then silently shut his mouth. At this moment, Lin Xian and Ling Longyue were standing at the entrance of the villa. Damn, they were a little flustered. Dong dong dong. Ling Longyue looked at Lin Xian's raised hand and decided not to knock. She knocked on the door. Delicious food. Delicious food was waiting for her inside. Ah! Lin Xian. F***ck. He was still thinking about what to say. Why did this girl knock on the door? It would be a lie to say that he wasn't nervous. He was so nervous. Lin Xian swore that even if Ling Ying's mother came, he wouldn't be so nervous, because that was a complete surprise attack, but this was different. Moreover, Han Chushue's parents were different from Ling Ying's parents. The door of the villa opened. Lin Xian saw a handsome man who was a few years older than him. Don't tell me you're Chushue's father. Wang Wenxuan. Get lost. What kind of look is that? Am I that old? Wang Wenxuan was about to faint. This is Chushue's F***king boyfriend. Sorry. Lin Xian smiled awkwardly. He was a little nervous. He suddenly remembered that Ling Ying said that Han Chushue's father didn't come, or else he would be dead. He was so angry that he even tore down the villa. Come in. Wang Wenxuan said and then looked at Ling Longyue. What a delicate little girl. She is. Oh, she's my sister. She heard that there was a meal here, so she came to accompany me for a meal. Wang Wenxuan. Brat, you still don't know what you're going to experience. You still have the mood to bring your sister here for a meal? Wang Wenxuan finally found a god. Awesome. This brat is really awesome. I'm convinced. Lin Xian scratched his head and smiled. My family is poor and this girl has a big appetite. It's better if she doesn't eat a meal. Wang Wenxuan. You're awesome. I'm convinced. Come in. Then Lin Xian brought Ling Longyue in. When he saw the people on the sofa, Lin Xian heaved a sigh of relief. Luckily there were only 2 people. One must be Han Chushua's mother, and the other. The fierce one was not Chushua's father. As for who it was, Lin Xian wasn't sure. At first, Lin Xian thought that there would be a huge battle formation, the kind where 10,000 people would surround him. Zhao Yaji and Zhao Sanlong's sharp eyes looked at Lin Xian. Lin Xian shuddered. Damn it. Usually, meeting the parents was the most stressful thing. The key was meeting the parents like this. Who could withstand this? The 2 of them had high status and were powerful. Of course, their eyes were sharp. Ling Longyue originally came to eat delicious food, but now, she knew that she was tricked by Lin Xian. How was she here to eat delicious food? She was here to be a bodyguard. Humph. Stinky pig trotter. Lin Xian and Ling Longyue walked in front of Zhao Yaji and Zhao Sanlong. Wang Wenxuan and LV Mengmeng gave them a look of condolence and sat there quietly drinking tea. Hello, uncle and auntie. Lin Xian said quietly. Ling Longyue blinked her big eyes. What the hell? Bang. Zhao Sanlong suddenly slammed the table. Han Chushua and Ling Ying ran out of the kitchen. Han Chushua quickly ran over and grabbed Lin Xian's arm. Mom, uncle, he is Lin Xian. Let's go and cook. Then Han Chushua quickly pulled Lin Xian away. Up. Zhao Yaji coldly said and glanced at Lin Xian. This brat. Is he more handsome than those people in Tiandu? Is he better than them? Is he better than them? Is his family better than them? The difference between them was like heaven and earth. How could his daughter fall in love with such a person? Zhao Yaji couldn't understand. Go and cook. Let him stay. I have something to say to him. Zhao Yaji said. Lin Xian then gave Han Chushua a reassuring look and sat on the sofa. Did I ask you to sit? Zhao Yaji said angrily. Wang Wenxuan secretly shook his head. How pitiful. He could already imagine how pitiful Lin Xian would be. Seeing it with his own eyes, he still felt some sympathy. Fortunately, the 2 in his family thought that as long as he could find a girlfriend, and the girlfriend was filial and had a good character, it was fine. Ling Longyue sat beside Lin Xian. She silently reached out and took an apple. They were chatting. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose and looked at Zhao Yaji. Auntie, I know why you are here. There is no need to show me your strength. Since I dared to come, I am here to express my attitude. Let's skip the other parts and get straight to the point. Chapter 558. Hearing Lin Xian's words, the entire place went silent. Wang Wenxuan opened his mouth wide and secretly gave him a thumbs up. He has a temper. He likes it. However, this is courting death. Humph. Is this the attitude you speak to your elders? Zhao Yaji said angrily. Lin Xian shrugged his shoulders and said, My attitude is clear. I will not take a step back. I did not disrespect you in any way. On the contrary, you are the one who came in to give me a hard time. There is no need for this. If there is anything, you can just say it directly. In the kitchen, Ling Ying and Han Chushua were eavesdropping. Han Chushua had a worried look on her face. What an arrogant brat. Looks like your parents did not teach you well. Then I will teach you on their behalf. Zhao Sanlong said angrily as a surge of energy surged from his body. Wait. Zhao Yaji said and then looked at Lin Xian. Fine. Since you said it first, then I will say it. Leave my daughter. Zhao Yaji said directly. Lin Xian shook his head and said, Since I am here, I have already made my attitude clear. I will not take a step back. Do you have the right to not take a step back? I am sure you know what kind of existence my Han family is. Do you think you are qualified to be with my daughter? Lin Xian shrugged and said, yes. In terms of strength, talent, family background, no matter what, I do not have the right to challenge the Han family. However, I know that I like Chu Xue. As long as Chu Xue likes me, that is enough. What an arrogant brat. Do you believe that I can make you disappear from this world in an instant? Lin Xian shook his head and said, I don't believe it. You are courting death. Zhao Yaji's body erupted with energy and directly suppressed Lin Xian. However, Ling Longyue also erupted with energy and blocked it for Lin Xian. At this moment, the few of them were shocked. This little girl is actually a heavenly venerable. Zhao Yaji was also slightly stunned. No wonder you dare to be so arrogant. Turns out that you have a celestial venerable with you. However, a celestial venerable is nothing in my Han clan. You should know this as well. If your confidence is only because of this celestial venerable, you can scram now. Zhao Yaji said angrily. She originally thought that this brat would be suppressed by her from beginning to end, but she didn't expect that he would choose to fight head-on. This was something she had never expected. Although she was quite surprised that this girl was at the heavenly venerable realm at such a young age, this was nothing to her. Lin Xian said, I never wanted to do anything. I just came to tell you that I won't let go of Chu Xue. Yes, I'm not good enough for the Han family, but I won't admit defeat. Wang Wenxuan really admired this Lin Xian. He really had guts. Although his cousin's taste wasn't very good, she gave him the feeling that this kid was indeed unusual. Looks like you don't know the immensity of heaven and earth after tricking my daughter into your hands. Third brother, do it. Zhao Sanlong's aura surged. At this moment, Han Chushue hurriedly ran over. Mom, didn't you say that you would be amiable? Why are you doing it now? Han Chushue said anxiously. This is between me and him. Don't interfere. Zhao Yaji said coldly. No. Han Chushue insisted on standing in front of Lin Xian. Zhao Yaji frowned suddenly. This was the first time her daughter disobeyed her. The situation was in a deadlock. Chushue, quickly bring out the food. Let's eat first, let's eat first. Wang Wenxuan hurriedly said, breaking the deadlock. Han Chushue looked at Lin Xian, and Lin Xian nodded at her. Only then did she feel relieved and go to the kitchen. Zhao Yaji took a deep breath and looked at Lin Xian. I don't want to embarrass you in front of Chushue. Tell me, what do you want to leave my daughter? I only want her. Is 1 billion enough? Lin Xian smiled and shook his head. I only want her. Zhao Sanlong angrily pointed at Lin Xian. Brat, you should know your place. Do you think you can climb up to the Han family? Why don't you take a look at yourself? Lin Xian shrugged and said, I don't know about other things, but I know that I'm the father of the child. Lin Xian made this move. What child? Zhao Yaji and Zhao Sanlong were both shocked. Chushue didn't tell you. She's pregnant. Bastard. I'll kill you. Zhao Sanlong was furious. Boom, whoosh, Lin Xian and Ling Longyue's figures disappeared. The sofa had turned into nothingness. Zhao Yaji's face was filled with anger. Child, she was actually pregnant. Chushue, come over here. Han Chushue then walked over. Tell me, what the hell is going on? Zhao Yaji looked at Han Chushue angrily. Han Chushue bit her lips, then took out a medical report from her pocket and handed it over. Zhao Yaji quickly opened it. Then she felt the world around her spinning. Bastard! She angrily slammed the table, shattering it. Then she glared at Lin Xian and instantly appeared in front of Lin Xian, choking his neck. Go die! No. Han Chushue was shocked and ran over. Lin Xian laughed. Auntie, you don't want the child to be born without a father, right? You! Zhao Yaji angrily let go of her hand. Previously, she knew what she should do. Even if she killed Lin Xian, even if her daughter hated her, it didn't matter. But now, because of a child, her mind was completely messed up. The child shouldn't be implicated. But why did it have to be this bastard's child? Beat it. Zhao Yaji sat on the sofa as if she had lost all her strength. After a long time, she couldn't bear to say this. Well, I won't beat it. Han Chushue persisted. You are becoming more and more disobedient. Zhao Yaji angrily glared at Han Chushue. Han Chushue's beautiful eyes were filled with determination. Mom, I have always listened to you since I was young. But I want my own happiness. Like Lin Xian. If you insist on separating us, then forgive your daughter for being unfilial. After saying that, Han Chushue condensed a force in her right hand and slapped it towards herself. Whoosh! Zhao Yaji saw this scene and quickly rushed over and pulled her daughter back. You brat! Zhao Yaji looked at Han Chushue and was so angry that she couldn't speak. At this moment, Ling Ying walked over and said, Auntie, let's not be angry first. It won't be good if Chushue's pregnancy is affected. Let's eat first. If there's anything, we can talk about it calmly at the dining table. Then she quickly winked at Wang Wenxuan. Ah, yes, I'm starving. Let's eat. Wang Wenxuan quickly said. Xiaoying, is this true? Zhao Yaji looked at Ling Ying. Ling Ying then nodded. You. Zhao Yaji angrily pointed at Lin Xian. You bastard. He slapped over. Lin Xian didn't dodge this slap. Chapter 559. Slap. Lin Xian did not dodge the slap and it landed squarely on Lin Xian's face. Since he messed with someone else's precious daughter, he deserved to be slapped. Lin Xian. Han Chushue quickly ran over. Auntie, let's eat. Ling Ying came over and held Zhao Yaji's arm. I'm not eating anymore. I'm full from anger. Bastard. Zhao Yaji then angrily walked upstairs. AI. Zhao Sanlong glared at Lin Xian, then swung his arm and followed him upstairs. Brother, you're really awesome. I'm convinced. Wang Wenxuan gave Lin Xian a thumbs up and said, Meng, let's go eat. I'm starving. I'm sorry. Han Chusha looked at Lin Xian worriedly. Lin Xian smiled. It's okay. I deserved that slap. If she slaps me, I'll slap her daughter too. Han Chushue. Ding. Feeling Ling Ying's displeasure. Adonis points plus 100,000. You guys eat. I'll go and have a good chat. Then Han Chushue went upstairs. Let's eat. Ling Longyue could not wait to go to the table. Isn't it beautiful? Ling Ying rolled his eyes at Lin Xian. Little Ling Ying. What? I'm sorry. All right. You think this lady cares? Let's eat. The two elders probably won't come to eat. Let Chushu have a good chat with Auntie. There shouldn't be any problems. At least, if you don't go to Tiandu and Han family, there shouldn't be any problems. After all, a child is too important to them. After saying that, Ling Ying went to the table. Ling Longyue had already started to move like a whirlwind, causing Wang Wenxuan to be shocked. Upstairs, Zhao Yaji and Zhao Sanlong were chatting in the room. I say, fourth sister, you already have a child. Let's just leave it at that. Zhao Sanlong sighed and said, No, I can't let that bastard get away with it. But Chushue is also very persistent. She went against you for the first time because of this kid. She really likes him. Otherwise, she wouldn't be willing to be pregnant with his child, Zhao Sanlong said. Zhao Yaji sighed. Tell me, why is this girl so disobedient? Zhao Yaji revealed a worried expression. She's grown up. Moreover, as a parent, I should give her the right guidance and communicate with her more. She has her own needs. But I'm doing this for her own good. Zhao Sanlong said. That girl also understands, but she really likes that kid. I just can't figure it out. Our Tiandu has so many outstanding young talents. This girl's standards are so high. How can she take a fancy to a poor and pedantic boy? Zhao Yaji shook her head. Have you forgotten who you were 30 years ago? Zhao Sanlong said with a smile. Zhao Yaji looked at Zhao Sanlong. Actually, seeing Chushue is quite happy. Seeing that kid rather go against the Han family than abandon Chushue. As elders, shouldn't we be happy? 30 years ago, wasn't Chushue's father also poor and pedantic? You liked him, but didn't you also ignore his family background, fall out with your parents and run away with him? Don't you realize that the current Chushue is your old self? She can find her own happiness, she can find someone who likes her. I think at least I'm quite satisfied. This. Zhao Yaji fell into deep thought. After hearing what you said, it seems to make sense. Zhao Sanlong said with a smile, right? What does your Han family lack? You don't lack anything. Isn't the happiness of your children the most important thing? Are you willing to let Chushue marry someone she doesn't like and be unhappy all the time? The face of the family is actually not that important as long as you and Chushue's father don't care. Third brother, you're right. I've become materialistic over the years. That's right, Chushue's happiness is the most important thing. It's just that I'm angry. The daughter I raised for more than 20 years was cheated away by a poor and pedantic boy. Zhao Yaji said unhappily. Then, wasn't the daughter our parents raised for 20 years also cheated away by him? The main thing is his attitude. He doesn't have the slightest bit of respect for his elders. Zhao Sanlong said with a smile. That's enough. Why don't you take a look at your attitude towards him? Also, isn't his behavior showing that he cares about our Chushue? You've already scolded and beaten him. Anyway, after calming down, I think that the boy is not bad. It's fine as long as Chushue likes him. Also, that boy is of the spatial attribute, and he actually has a strong heavenly venerable protector by his side. Maybe he's poor now, but in the future, maybe he can be like Chushue's father and be worthy of Chushue. Go have a meal with him and have a peaceful chat. I'm not eating. I'm so angry. You said that girl is pregnant. What should I do? Zhao Yaji was so worried that tears came out of her eyes. No matter how strong she was still a mother. Han Chushue leaned against the door and eavesdropped on their conversation. Then she pushed the door open and walked in. Come. Little brother Lin Xian, drink. Wang Wenxuan personally poured a cup of wine for Lin Xian. We're quite fated. There's a Xian in your name. I'm Chushue's cousin. Although Auntie doesn't think highly of you, I admire you very much. But it's useless even if I admire you. Big cousin, you must be joking. Hey, I'm not joking. I really admire you. You're a man who dares to take responsibility for your actions. You're much better than those young masters in Tiandu. You're also much better than me. But don't mind Auntie's words. She's been strict with Chushue since she was young. This is normal. Lin Xian nodded. Then, he and Wang Wenxuan finished the wine in one gulp. Ling Ying, Chushue has already found a boyfriend. What about you? Wang Wenxuan looked at Ling Ying. It's none of your business. Go and eat your meal. Ling Ying said angrily. Wang Wenxuan, your temper is still the same. Wang Wenxuan shook his head. Don't talk so much. LV Mengmeng said helplessly. Ling Ying was still in a bad mood. Only Ling Longyue had a good appetite. She was eating and drinking. Wang Wenxuan patted Lin Xian's shoulder and said, But don't worry too much. I understand that Auntie and Uncle also want to have grandchildren. They also value children very much. Actually, Auntie is quite easy to talk to when she calms down. The main problem is Uncle. He has a bad temper. He's the most difficult part. You should be prepared. Since you don't intend to give in, then continue to persevere. Parents value their children the most. Chushue's happiness is still the most important. You should calm down. Lin Xian nodded and replied, I got it. Thank you for your reminder, big cousin. At this moment, 3 figures came down from upstairs. Chapter 560. Looking at the 3 of them, Lin Xian panicked. Who knows what kind of thunder would strike him later? His face was still hurting, and he didn't even have a sister to help him blow on it. However, Lin Xian looked at them and saw Han Chushue and Zhao Yaji walking down the stairs hand in hand. What did this prove? It seemed to prove that the mother and daughter were having a good chat. Zhao Yaji's face was no longer stiff and angry. However, when she looked at Lin Xian, her eyes became sharp again. Lin Xian silently lowered his head. Only the sound of Ling Longyue eating could be heard. This girl seemed to be snatching food from her. It was as if she didn't care about the next meal after finishing this meal. Every time she ate good food she was so sharp. "Auntie, uncle, over here!" Wang Wenxuan shouted. Ling Ying and Wang Wenxuan specially surrounded Lin Xian. In other words, it was impossible for Zhao Yaji and Zhao Sanlong to sit beside Lin Xian. Zhao Yaji and Zhao Sanlong sat at the main seats. When Han Chushue arrived, Wang Wenxuan decisively gave up his seat for her. "Chushue, come sit beside me." Zhao Yaji saw that Han Chushue wanted to sit beside Lin Xian and said. Han Chushue also obediently sat beside Zhao Yaji. "You brat, we'll settle our debts in the future." Zhao Yaji glared at Wang Wenxuan. Wang Wenxuan smiled bitterly. "Auntie, what are you talking about? What debts do we have? You know it in your heart. You're helping outsiders." "Hee hee." Wang Wenxuan scratched his head. "Don't talk anymore, let's eat." Elvi Meng Meng helplessly picked up food for Wang Wenxuan, Zhao Sanlong, and Zhao Yaji. "Auntie, uncle, eat." "Meng Meng, this girl is good." Zhao Yaji nodded and said. "Of course, don't you know whose taste it is?" Wang Wenxuan smiled. Zhao Yaji glared at Wang Wenxuan and said, "Shut up. I think you just have too much time on your hands. When we get home, I must have a good talk with your parents and discipline you well." Wang Wenxuan. "Don't be like this, aunt, my dear aunt, I was wrong, okay? Who's your aunt? Go away." It was obvious that Zhao Yaji had a lot of resentment. "Alright, fourth sister, let's eat." Zhao Sanlong said helplessly. Let's eat." Han Chushue put some food into Zhao Yaji's bowl, then gave Lin Xian a look. "Mini, let's eat. This pork trotter is good. It's beautifying." Lin Xian added a piece of pork trotter and got up to put it in her bowl. Zhao Yaji took the bowl to the side. Lin Xian smiled awkwardly and placed the pork trotter in Han Chushue's bowl. Wang Wenxuan smiled helplessly. However, everyone knew that since Zhao Yaji was willing to come down, it meant that she wasn't as angry as before. It was normal for her to put on airs in front of Lin Xian. "Kid, let me ask you. What do you plan to do with the child in Chushue's stomach?" Zhao Yaji glanced at Lin Xian and asked. "Actually." Lin Xian looked at Han Chushue's eyes and seemed to understand something. "Auntie, to be honest, there isn't a child. You two are secretly exchanging glances with each other, aren't you?" Zhao Yaji lightly hit Han Chushue's head. What are you two doing?" Wang Wenxuan was confused when he heard that there wasn't a child. "Kid, you're a smart person. You actually thought of this desperate method. Forget it. I've talked a lot with Chushue, and she's been honest with me about this." Although she didn't like Lin Xian, his courage and insight were beyond Zhao Yaji's understanding. He was a young man with a bright future. It was no wonder that her daughter liked him. He was a little different. This was a quality that even the most outstanding people in Tiandu didn't have. "Yes, I apologize to Auntie as well." Lin Xian smiled bitterly. This scene made Ling Ying unhappy. Although there was a hint of discord between them, it didn't feel good to see her boyfriend chatting with Chushue's mother. However, she had to force a smile and act as if she didn't care. "Don't bother with these empty words. I don't object to you being with Chushue. I won't mention those conditions. You should understand the future. Work hard and treat Chushu well. If I hear that she's wronged in the slightest, I'll immediately make you disappear from this world." "Yes, yes." Lin Xian nodded. "But this doesn't mean that I have a good impression of you. I still don't like you, kid. But since Chushue insists, I won't care anymore. Find some time to go to Tiandu and meet Chushue's father. He's so angry that he's clenching his teeth." Lin Xian smiled bitterly. Mom, after a while. Han Chushue said. Zhao Yaji nodded. I'll take care of that first. You better improve yourself in a short period of time so that you'll have some qualifications to face Tiandu, my Han family, and Chushue's father. Lin Xian nodded. Understand. Zhao Yaji also thought it through. Wasn't she the same as her daughter in the past? Then why didn't she try to understand her daughter? It was because she had become materialistic. The Han family didn't lack anything. Her daughter's happiness was the most important. However, she wasn't sure if Lin Xian was worth relying on. She just felt that her daughter was too easily deceived. Too easily taken advantage of. Since she was already taken advantage of like this, there was no other way. Moreover, she heard some of Lin Xian's deeds from Han Chushue. How should she put it? In Zhao Yaji's eyes, there was nothing special about him. However, if she were to compare him to those outstanding guys in Tiandu, this kid was indeed much better than them. They were only better than Lin Xian in terms of family background. As for the realm, it was all fake. Hence, after calming down, other than the fact that this kid didn't have a family background, everything else about him really made her satisfied. However, Lin Xian had to be even more outstanding in order to satisfy her and satisfy her lover. Sigh, forget it. Can't get angry. If I get angry, I'll get wrinkles. Zhao Yaji raised the corner of her eye and said, Everyone, don't just sit there. Let's eat. Auntie, you're the only one sitting here. I'm almost full. Look at that girl, she's already eaten half the table. Wang Wenxuan pointed at Ling Longyue, who was beside Ling Ying. Ling Longyue suddenly felt everyone's gaze. She lowered her head and stopped eating. Then, her big eyes glanced around and she elegantly chewed and swallowed slowly. Speaking of this girl, how many stars are you in the heavenly venerable realm? I feel that you didn't forcefully kill demonic beasts to increase your realm. Also, I feel that your strength isn't weak. Zhao Yaji looked at Ling Longyue with interest. 10 stars. Ling Longyue said silently. They all sucked in a breath of cold air. This was a real hidden big shot. Space attribute, 10 stars heavenly venerable realm, 1 step into the absolute realm. Very strong. Chapter 561. Wang Wenxuan opened his mouth wide. Aunt, how did you do it? There are 2 ways. First, a powerful family can capture demonic beasts and let her kill them to gain experience and forcefully raise her cultivation level. However, it is extremely difficult and almost impossible. After reaching the heavenly venerable realm, a demonic beast in the heavenly venerable realm is not something that can be easily captured. Even a great void stage expert cannot guarantee that the demonic beast in the heavenly venerable realm will not attack. Furthermore, if the demonic beast in the heavenly venerable realm wants to escape, even a great void stage expert can't do anything about it. Furthermore, when her cultivation level is low, it is also difficult to break through the defense. This is only possible when she is in the heavenly venerable realm. However, once she reaches the heavenly venerable realm, it is almost impossible. Zhao Yaji looked at Ling Longyue and said, What about the second method? Zhao Yaji looked at Ling Longyue and said, The second method is the demonic beast race. At such a young age, she is already in the heavenly venerable realm. The demonic beast race is innate and will not change. Therefore, if she is from the demonic beast race, this lass is a demonic beast with a space attribute. Although she looks young, she has lived longer than all of us combined. However, to the demonic beast race, a human lives for 100 years while a demonic beast lives for 100 years. Age is not the same. Zhao Yaji looked at Ling Longyue seriously as if she was saying it for her. Demonic beast race. They all looked at Ling Longyue. Lass, don't be nervous. We humans and demonic beasts are enemies. However, many demonic beasts are friends with humans. Seems like you are not an enemy. I was tricked by him to come here to eat delicious food. Ling Longyue silently pointed at Lin Xian and said. Zhao Yaji looked at Lin Xian. You are so mischievous. Eating delicious food is fake. Being a bodyguard is the real reason. Lin Xian scratched his head awkwardly. However, knowing a demonic beast is also a good thing. Zhao Yaji finished her words and continued eating. Ling Longyue expressed that she just wanted to eat something. Can you guys talk about something else? She could hit Lin Xian a few more times. Don't look at me, I need to eat. Zhao Yaji didn't continue to target Lin Xian. Anyway, even if she didn't accept Lin Xian in her heart, she had to accept him. What could she do if her daughter liked him? One more thing. Zhao Yaji suddenly said. Please go ahead, auntie. If you're lucky enough to get married, I mean before you get married, you can't live together anymore. I won't bring this girl back to Tiandu. But I want you to stop living together with me. Lin Xian quickly nodded. They weren't living together in the first place. Also, I heard that Tianhua City has been in turmoil recently. If you really can't handle it, you can go back to Tiandu. Little Ling, you should go back too. Zhao Yaji looked at Ling Ying. Ling Ying shook his head. Forget it. I've been here for a few years, and I'll only go back for a few days during the new year. I'm already familiar with this place, and I want to protect this place and do my part. That's good too. Chushue has also reached the lightning tribulation realm. She didn't delay her cultivation. Lightning tribulation realm. Hearing Han Chushue's cultivation, Ling Ying was slightly stunned. If he remembered correctly, Han Chushue was only at the mysterious heaven realm 6 stars when they were playing, and he was at the mysterious heaven realm 8 stars. He remembered it very clearly. Could it be that Han Chushue went to the demonic beast domain? No way. Even if it was a high-level demonic beast, it would at least be at the low realm. Moreover, it would take 2 low realm demonic beasts to reach the lightning tribulation realm. There must be some secret behind this. Ling Ying looked at Lin Xian, who was eating silently and was especially obedient. Thinking back to the past, her cultivation had also inexplicably increased. Was it because of him? Ding. Feeling Ling Ying's disappointment, Adonis points plus 10,000. Ling Ying was indeed very uncomfortable. Lin Xian also blamed himself. However, when she started crying, Lin Xian really didn't know what to do. Should he comfort her? No, at that time he couldn't comfort her. She didn't want him to see her crying. Lin Xian planned to apologize to Ling Ying properly after this matter was over. He had already apologized before, but Ling Ying didn't seem to care. Perhaps if Lin Xian didn't have the system, he would be deceived by Ling Ying's disguise. However, he had the system. Lin Xian might even be clearer than them about any emotional changes in a girl's heart. The meal was over, and the conversation was over. In the end, it could be considered a perfect ending. Although Zhao Yaji was quite strict, she wasn't an unscrupulous and ruthless woman. She was a very competent mother. She didn't continue to find trouble with Lin Xian, just like Qin Lan. Instead, they were responsible for persuading the man. This was also Lin Xian's hard work. Firstly, Qin Lan had personally experienced it. Her daughter was her former self. She understood this feeling very well. She also expressed that she understood. She was willing to give Lin Xian a chance. Secondly, Lin Xian's persistence moved her. He was even willing to give up everything. Didn't this show his sincerity towards her daughter? She chose to believe in Lin Xian for once. Thirdly, it could be considered as an assist from others. In short, the ending was good. Han Chushue was dragged to go shopping with Zhao Yaji. As for Wang Wenshuan, he brought Lv Mengmeng to look for his brother. He came here to look for his brother, and also for the demon beast domain. He wanted to fight on the front line like Ling Ying and Han Chushue. He felt that such a life should be meaningful. Otherwise, why would these 2 proud daughters make such a choice a few years ago? That. Lin Xian, Ling Ying, and Ling Longyue were walking on the road. I'll go home first, Ling Ying said and was about to go back. Wait. Lin Xian stopped her and said to Ling Longyue, "You go home by yourself. I won't send you off. It's dark. Don't go out to play alone." Although you're not in any danger, it's easy to be deceived. These humans have many tricks up their sleeves. Humph. I'm not stupid. I'm leaving. Ling Longyue was full. Although Lin Xian lied to her, at least there was a lot of delicious food. Following that, her figure disappeared. The sky was dark. Lin Xian ran to Ling Ying. What's the matter? Ling Ying didn't know what she was feeling now. She wanted to be close to Lin Xian, but she subconsciously distanced herself from him. Naturally, she blamed him in her heart. Yes, let's talk slowly. Let's go home quickly. I want to go home too. Then let's walk back together. Lin Xian laughed. Ling Ying rolled her eyes at Lin Xian and walked away. Lin Xian chased after her. Little Ling Ying, speak. I know you must be blaming me in your heart. You must feel wronged. Tisi, who do you think you are? I've already said it when I was dating you. I don't know when I'll kick you away. Just dating for fun. Didn't I say that? Ling Ying looked at Lin Xian and said. Chapter 562. She had indeed said that. To be precise, Ling Ying would never have thought that she would have such deep feelings for Lin Xian at that time. Perhaps what she had said at that time was indeed the truth. But now what she had said was a lie. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. I know you're angry, but I was wrong from the start. Ling Ying glanced at Lin Xian. Since you knew it was wrong but you still did it anyway, then what's there to apologize for? That's right. Ling Ying naturally felt uncomfortable in her heart. Especially when she heard Lin Xian's words. She was even angrier. That's right, you knew it was wrong but you still did it anyway. Wasn't that even more infuriating? Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. Actually, there are some things I want to tell you but I don't know how to tell you because it involves a lot of things. These things will be very difficult to accept, so I haven't told you all this time. Even little fairy doesn't know. Lin Xian looked at Ling Ying and said sincerely. Then don't say it. Little Ling Ying, have you never been curious about why I have so many strange and heaven-defying things on me? Even you and those experts have never seen or heard of them. Ling Ying looked at Lin Xian in confusion. That's right, it was very strange. For example, the heavenly star fruit, the attribute-increasing medicine, the physique-altering fluid, and the mind-cultivating fluid. Didn't you say that these were all given to you by Ling Long Shui? Lin Xian nodded. That's right, I said that. Then what about the realm you raised for no reason? And Chu Shui, she also rose from mysterious heaven realm 6 stars to mysterious heaven realm 10 stars. Plus, I gave her a heavenly star fruit, which allowed her to rise to the lightning tribulation realm. Ling Ying frowned slightly. That's right. This was the most strange thing. Lin Xian looked at Ling Ying and reached out to hold her little hand. Ling Ying struggled but failed to break free. Then he just looked at Lin Xian. Lin Xian said, these things weren't given to me by Ling Long Shui. I lied to you and everyone else that Ling Long Shui gave them to me because I didn't know how to explain it to you. I can only tell you that I did all this because I'm not a man. On the other hand, I wanted to do it. Are you saying that someone forced you to flirt with other girls? Ling Ying wasn't stupid. After hearing Lin Xian's words, she asked. Lin Xian nodded. That's what I meant. If I didn't do it, my realm would return to 0. Doesn't that sound like a fantasy? Because it's too ridiculous, I didn't know how to explain it to you, so I directly said that it was given to me by Ling Long Shui. This way, everything will be settled. But I don't want you to be disappointed in me. Or rather, I want to quibble. The heavenly star fruit, the gene medicine, everything was given to you by me. It wasn't given to me by Ling Long Shui. Ling Ying looked at Lin Xian. It was unbelievable. This was a situation that was completely unimaginable. But she looked into Lin Xian's eyes. Ling Ying sighed. It didn't matter if it was true or not. Even if it was fake, Ling Ying chose to believe it because it would give her some psychological comfort. Okay, I believe you. If it's hard to say, then don't say it. I promise you that I'll tell you in the future, but not now. Ling Ying nodded. To be honest, someone was forcing Lin Xian to pursue other girls and then give him a reward. No matter how she heard it, it sounded like a lie. No matter how sincere Lin Xian's words were, Ling Ying was still skeptical. However, she chose to believe him. What could she do if she didn't believe? Leave Lin Xian. She thought about it, especially when she was crying. She wanted to just end it like this, but she couldn't bear to. Lin Xian sighed. To be honest, I don't know how to comfort girls, so I can only tell you this. Also, I still want to say sorry. I only hope that you can forgive me because I don't want to see you angry or disappointed. I also don't want you to leave. Ling Ying looked at Lin Xian. But what are you going to do in the future? Don't tell me you want to hug girls. Lin Xian scratched his head awkwardly. To be honest, I don't want to leave you. I also don't want to leave others. Others? From what you're saying, it seems there are others besides Chuxue. Ling Ying said. Lin Xian. Ahem. Lin Xian, oh Lin Xian, you're really capable. Lin Xian. Forget it, I don't blame you. I knew you were like this. On the contrary, it's fine if you admit it to me, but I don't want you to lie to me. Do you understand? Lin Xian nodded. So, can you tell me how many there are besides Chuxue? Ling Ying asked. Lin Xian. Seeing Lin Xian's expression, Ling Ying couldn't help but laugh. Okay, I won't tease you anymore. I want to go boxing. Do you want to come? Lin Xian nodded. Yes. Then in the boxing gym, Lin Xian became Ling Ying's living target. He was beaten up. Lin Xian knew that this girl was venting. Bastard, bastard, bastard. Ling Ying kept punching, and Lin Xian defended against her attacks. She was so tired that she collapsed in Lin Xian's arms. Then she cried. This time she cried in Lin Xian's arms. Her fists kept hammering Lin Xian, and she scolded him in front of Lin Xian. Bastard Lin Xian. What did I owe you in my past life? To be bullied by you like this, bastard, bastard. I gave up so many suitors just to be bullied by you. I hate you. Lin Xian just hugged her and listened to her sobbing words. He gently patted her back. In the end, he vented all his grievances in front of Lin Xian. Are you done scolding? A few minutes later, Lin Xian gently wiped the tears off Ling Ying's face. Ling Ying sobbed like a pear blossom in the rain. It's okay, I feel good. Ling Ying wiped her tears, then took a bottle of water and drank half of it. She gradually quieted down and sat down with Lin Xian on the bench in the boxing gym. Have you thought about what Chuxue will do? Ling Ying suddenly asked. In this era, if you are strong enough, if you have enough ability, if a girl is willing, then you can have 3 wives and 4 concubines. There are many situations like this in Tiandu. Maybe. I don't care anymore and I have seen past it. But I don't know about Chuxue and the Han family and Ling family. Unless you can reach a level where the Han family and Ling family have to look up to you. Even if Chuxue and I are willing to have you together, the 2 families will definitely not give in. Ling Ying sighed. That is the position of the true leader of the 3 major powers. That's impossible. She sighed again. Chapter 563. How long was the history of the 3 major forces? Although it was not 500 or 600 years, it was still more than 100 years. Establishing the 3 major forces was the general trend. The human race needed such forces to protect them. The first force was the Holy Sanctum, which established the Holy Sanctum as the leader of the 3 major forces. With the change of time, people suddenly realized that, other than the demon race, the human race was also incomparably chaotic. There were all kinds of internal strife and killing each other. Therefore, the Trial Union was born. Other than protecting the human race, it also shouldered the responsibility of establishing new laws and calming the internal strife among the human race. The existence of the 2 major forces to protect the human race internally and externally. As things settled down, the Bounty Hunter Guild was born. The era needed such an existence, so it had the value of being born and existing. It would also be recognized and accepted. The three major forces protected the five major empires. There was no difference in strength. Their duty was the same, to protect the human race. As the three major forces were deeply rooted, countless forces wanted to establish their own forces. No matter how big their forces were, it was impossible for them to establish a fourth major force. No matter how powerful they could not reach 1,000th of the three major forces. What kind of concept was 1,000th of the three major forces? Half of the 8 major families of Tiandu added together was about 1,000th of the three major forces. The three major forces represented the country. It was not something that an individual could compare to. At the same time, the three major forces were more legitimate. To be more precise, the three major forces were not the forces of a single person. Of course, the three major families that established the three major forces were indeed top-notch existences. For example, the Murong family of the Holy Sanctum. That was Murong Qing's family. That was an existence above the 8 major families. There was no other family more powerful than them. Now, in an era that was basically consolidated and stable, what did Lin Xian have to establish the fourth major force? Not to mention the fourth major force, even if Lin Xian wanted to become an existence like the 8 major families in China, it was almost impossible. If this could not be achieved, not even 1,000th, how could he achieve the fourth major force? However, this was what Lin Xian wanted to do. In the past, he did not want to. In the past, he thought that it was enough to live a quiet life without being disturbed by others. Now that he thought about it, it was really a joke. In Ling Ying's opinion, even if Lin Xian reached the level of the 8 major families, it was useless. After all, both of them were daughters of the 8 great clans. Forget it, forget it. Let's not talk about this, Lin Xian said. Is running away your method? Ling Ying asked. Lin Xian shook his head. No, I already have a preliminary plan. I don't want to become one of the 8 great clans, but an existence that surpasses the 8 great clans. Moreover, I believe that only I can do it in this world. Lin Xian looked at Ling Ying and said, I will make sure that I have what it takes to face you. Surpass the 8 great clans. Ling Ying shook his head. What? I don't believe you. Lin Xian smiled. It's not that I don't believe you, but I think that your thinking is too simple. Perhaps you don't understand what kind of existence the 8 great clans are. It's not as simple as having a group of powerful cultivators. Understand? Lin Xian nodded. But what can you rely on to rise in this era? Ling Ying still felt that it was basically impossible. Even if Lin Xian reached the heavenly venerable realm or even the great virtual realm, it was basically impossible. This was not something that could be done by becoming stronger, unless you were strong enough to have absolute authority in the human race. Do you have enough potions? Lin Xian asked. Ling Ying pondered after hearing that. Potions. Of your 3 major potions, the attribute enhancement potion is the most tempting. The other 2 are not that great for those with high strength, but you have to be able to mass-produce them. Ling Ying suddenly realized something after saying that. Then she raised her head and looked at Lin Xian in surprise. You can't be. Lin Xian smiled and nodded. If I can mass-produce them, even if it's just the physique enhancement potion and mental cultivation potion, it's enough for me to develop to a certain scale. The 5 great empires are still mostly made up of weak martial artists. It's like a phone, everyone knows how to use it, but the difference is that I have monopolized this industry. When the time comes, even the 3 major forces will have to talk to me about cooperation. Tell me, do you think I have a certain level of qualification? Ling Ying also revealed a surprised expression when she heard Lin Xian's words. If this development was on the right track, then Lin Xian would have a unique advantage. His advantage was that he had a monopoly, and it was something that everyone in the continent would be interested in. Can you do it? Ling Ying asked expectantly. Lin Xian said, I don't know. I'm missing a key thing now. Funding. Lin Xian's lips curled up. What I'm missing is you and Chushua together. Ling Ying, go to hell. Bastard. Ling Ying cursed, But she was happy because she knew that Lin Xian had something that no one else could have. The continent might need this kind of trend. In the past, didn't the continent also need some kind of trend? And then the three major forces would emerge. However, Ling Ying didn't really believe Lin Xian's words. She definitely didn't believe it, and thought that he was just joking. But Lin Xian was actually serious. She opened her heart to Lin Xian and talked a lot, so she temporarily got over it. She was even able to accept the fact that Lin Xian had several girls at the same time, although she felt wronged. Little Ying, are you going to Chushua's place for barbecue tonight? Go to hell. Are you trying to get us drunk again? Ling Ying rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. How is that possible? Let's exchange some feelings. I didn't do anything when we got drunk the last 2 times, and you still don't believe in my character. What kind of character do you have? Get lost. I'm going home. Ling Ying said unhappily. It was almost late at night. What home? Let's not go home tonight. Lin Xian then hugged her slender waist. What are you doing? Going to Rose Heaven. Ling Ying. In the end, this easily forgiving girl was still tricked by Lin Xian, and then she was bullied by Lin Xian. This is a little interesting. In the most luxurious room, Murong Qing was drinking red wine with her legs crossed. She had just returned from outside and saw 2 figures. Then she took a closer look. Damn. Wasn't this that bastard Lin Xian and Ling Ying? Who was this Ling Ying? She was the daughter of one of the 8 major families in Tiandu. These 2 people actually. That's not right. Why did I hear that this Lin Xian and Han Chushue are boyfriend and girlfriend? What's going on? Murong Qing felt that it was too strange, because she heard that this was Han Chushue's mother, the Han family, and then this bastard Lin Xian and Ling Ying. Chapter 564. The corner of Murong Qing's mouth rose slightly. This was an earth-shattering event. A brat from a 3rd-tier city had made Ling Ying and Han Chushue, the 2 goddesses of Tiandu, have sex at the same time? No one would believe this, but she really felt that there was nothing wrong with it. The Han family came to prove that Lin Xian and Han Chushue were real. This afternoon, she even saw Han Chushue shopping with her mother outside. So this matter had been confirmed. Then, the 2 of them came here hand in hand and booked a room. There was no need to say anything more, right? This brat is really invincible. Murong Qing rubbed her delicate chin. Course she was surprised. These 2 were the geniuses of Tiandu who couldn't even get a meal with them. However, this Lin Xian. Now I have something to use against you. Murong Qing's mouth rose slightly. The next morning, Lin Xian ordered a big meal at the hotel to reward his little Ying. Get lost. Don't think that a meal can send me away. I'm still alive. Ling Ying glared at Lin Xian. Hee, I know. Today, this little one will accompany the beauty and play with you for a day. How about it? Ling Ying immediately showed a surprised expression. He wanted to agree, but suddenly thought of something and pretended to be indifferent. Forget it, you go accompany Chushue. Alu. Lin Xian walked over and scratched her nose. I'm at fault for this matter. I will solve it. Thank you for believing in me. Tisich, I don't believe you. I'm just too lazy to flip out with you. Thank you. Then last night, Lin Xian showed an evil smile. Ling Ying. Her little face immediately turned red. Get lost. I want you to die of exhaustion. I want to kill you in disguise. That's right. Ling Ying stuttered as she spoke. Okay. Let's eat first. After that we will go to the amusement park. Lin Xian smiled. Humph. Ling Ying snorted and sat down to eat his breakfast quietly. Dong dong dong. At this moment someone knocked on the door. Lin Xian walked over to open the door. Hello, sir. These are the special cocktails that the hotel has prepared for you. Please enjoy. Lin Xian looked at Murong Qing in front of him and gulped. *CK. He had forgotten about this woman. No, to be precise, Lin Xian thought that it was impossible for her to meet him in such a big hotel in the middle of the night. However, Ling Ying didn't take another look. At the door, Murong Qing gave Lin Xian an ambiguous look, and then Lin Xian silently held 2 cocktails. I wish the two of you happiness. After Murong Qing finished speaking, she smiled and walked away. Lin Xian scratched his head. It was awkward. Now that she had something on him, why did she have to come? She wanted to tell Lin Xian that she had something on him. What was even more awkward was that Murong Qing was also Lin Xian's target. If she knew that he had a girlfriend, it would be difficult to win her over in the future. Lin Xian handed the cocktail to Ling Ying. What's wrong? Ling Ying saw that Lin Xian's expression didn't seem too natural. Nothing. You eat first. I'll be back soon. Lin Xian then walked out. Mr. Lin, Chairman Mu is waiting for you upstairs. A beautiful girl said with a smile. Lin Xian nodded and then went to the room where he and Murong Qing were having dinner. We're here. Have a seat. Murong Qing was applying lipstick in front of the mirror. She glanced at Lin Xian and said, My dear sister, what are you doing? How many times have I said it? Call me sister. Murong Qing smiled and walked over. Then, she poured a glass of wine for Lin Xian. Lin Xian helplessly rolled his eyes. What's the matter? Murong Qing smiled and sat in front of Lin Xian, looking at him. Nothing, I just want to get to know young Master Lin again. What's so special about a person who can win the hearts of 2 goddesses in Tiandu? In her opinion, Lin Xian must have something that she didn't know. He must have something that attracted girls. After all, those girls were Ling Ying and Han Chushua. One was fine, but 2. This Lin Xian was really heaven-defying. She knew that no matter how hard the people in Tiandu tried, these 2 girls wouldn't even look at them. But Lin Xian got both of them. What a set. Ahem, sister, don't talk nonsense. I just came out with Ling Ying to play. Play fight the landlord. Uft. Murong Qing couldn't help but laugh. Don't explain. The more you explain, the harder it will be to clear your name. All right. Lin Xian shrugged. I heard that Han Chushua's mother is here. I'm curious. Do they know each other? Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. Yes. Oh, is that so? Then when should I ask them out to play? Hey, you're not familiar with them. What do you want to do? Lin Xian panicked. Who says we're not familiar? Can't we talk about cooperation? All right, what do you want? Lin Xian rolled his eyes. Hee, nothing much, just a chat. Don't worry, I'm not so bad as to poke your tires. But you're really awesome. I'm impressed. Ahem, I'll leave first. Lin Xian hurriedly walked away. This is really interesting. What is so special about this Lin Xian that girls like? Even these 2 have fallen for him. It's really amazing. For the whole day, Lin Xian accompanied Ling Ying to play outside. Han Chushua didn't look for Lin Xian. Although she wanted to, Zhao Yaji hadn't left yet, so she played with her mother for the whole day. In the afternoon, Zhao Yaji didn't want to disturb her daughter anymore, so she left after giving some instructions. Lin Xian was also very happy because the knot in Ling Ying's heart had been untied. She had also thought it through very clearly. She had sacrificed too much, but Lin Xian, this bastard, still wanted to do something. He felt very inhumane, but he had to do it. Chushua called. Ling Ying looked at Lin Xian holding the phone and asked. Lin Xian nodded. Pick it up. Lin Xian coughed dryly, then picked up the phone and walked to the side to chat for a while. Ling Ying finally calmed down and didn't have any special emotions. It could be said that Lin Xian had done a good job today. It was mainly because Ling Ying was tolerant of him. Ahem, let's go to Chushua's for barbecue tonight. I just told her. Are you sure you want me to go? I'm not going to be a third wheel, right? Ling Ying rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. How is that possible? Forget it, I'm not going. You can go to her. Lin Xian. Stop fooling around, let's go eat barbecue. You don't mind. F***CK. Why would I mind? Let's go. B. Then Lin Xian revealed an evil smile. Tonight, He was going to do something bad. Chapter 565. Now that Ling Ying's mood had stabilized, Han Chushue, with her personality, would be especially tolerant of Lin Xian in the future, even more tolerant than Ling Ying in some aspects. This was also the reason why Lin Xian was unscrupulous. Tonight Lin Xian was going to do a mission. In Han Chushue's house, she had already prepared the ingredients and the barbecue grill. The sky was getting dark. Lin Xian and Ling Ying came to her house together, and Han Chushue stood up subconsciously. Auntie left quite early, Lin Xian said with a smile. She's also quite busy in Tiandu, Han Chushue said faintly. Ling Ying touched his flat stomach and said weakly, I'm starving, I've been playing all day. Then let's go eat barbecue, Han Chushue said faintly. Then the three of them went to the backyard and barbecued there with the help of the moonlight, starlight and light. Where's the wine? Lin Xian glanced and asked. Still want to drink. Han Chushue looked at Lin Xian. Course, why not? Nothing will happen, what's wrong? Han Chushue shook her head slightly. Nothing, I'll go get it. Take more, Lin Xian said. After Han Chushue left, Ling Ying glared at Lin Xian. Tell me, are you plotting something? Lin Xian grinned. Little Ling Ying, don't you trust my character? I didn't do anything the last 2 times. Who said that? Also, who knows if you did anything or not? Anyway, I don't know anything after drinking Zue. Ling Ying muttered. Why do I always have a bad premonition? No, absolutely not. Lin Xian quickly shook his head. Humph. At this time, Han Chushue came over with a bottle of wine. They usually had alcohol at home, but they might not even drink it once in a few months. Ever since they started eating at Han Chushue's house, the frequency of drinking had become much higher. Oh right. Han Chushue suddenly thought of something, then took out a martial skill book from her interspatial ring and handed it to Lin Xian. This is... Han Chushue said. This is a martial art book my mother left for you before she left. It's a thunder martial art. Damn, that's great. Lin Xian took it. Earth Stage 10-star martial skill. It was even more ferocious than his Earth Stage 8 stars 5 lightning celestial phenomenon. Thunderclap transformation. Lin Xian's eyes lit up when he saw this martial skill. Just by looking at the name, he knew it was quite powerful. Try to learn it first. Lin Xian nodded and closed his eyes. Thunderclap transformation has been learned 1%. 2%. Chushue, if Lin Xian is a womanizer, what will you do? Ling Ying asked with a smile. Han Chushue froze for a moment, then whispered. It's just an act, it has nothing to do with me. She still didn't know that Ling Ying knew everything and was still hiding it from Ling Ying. But Ling Ying didn't blame her. He also knew why Han Chushue was hiding it. Okay, Lin Xian told me the two of you aren't just acting. Han Chushue revealed a surprised expression. He told you. Ling Ying nodded. Then Han Chushue lowered her head. She also didn't know about Lin Xian and Ling Ying. I don't know. Then she shook her head. Then will you indulge him? Ling Ying asked. Han Chushue hesitated for a moment, then nodded. I should. It's just as I thought. Although you look hard to get along with, once you have feelings, you're more soft-hearted than anyone else. Yes, this was Han Chushue. And also the reason why Lin Xian was willing to try it tonight, because she was too soft-hearted. She could be fierce, she could be steady, accurate, and ruthless when killing demonic beasts. But once she had feelings, she was more forgiving and indulgent than any girl, even the seemingly weak Wang Xintong. Lin Xian was lucky. Lin Xian is a womanizer, so you have to watch him. Ling Ying reminded. Han Chushue shook her head. No need if he has feelings, it'll be useless no matter how I watch him, it'll be counterproductive. If he doesn't, even if I don't watch him, he won't. Having you is truly a blessing, Ling Ying said with a smile. Han Chushue glanced at Lin Xian. At this moment, Lin Xian suddenly opened his eyes, and a trace of lightning flashed through Lin Xian's eyes. Did it work? Han Chushue hurriedly asked. Lin Xian nodded. An Earth Stage 10-star martial skill, it's really not a bluff. I didn't even dare to release it to see the effect. Thunderclap transformation should be a super large range thunderclap attack martial skill, right? Han Chushue asked. Lin Xian nodded. That's right, super large range. With my current strength, this entire villa will be gone. Lin Xian was also quite excited. He didn't expect that Han Chushue's mother would come and leave him an Earth Stage 10-star martial skill. He had profited. This slap wasn't in vain. Done. Ling Ying handed Lin Xian a chicken wing. Let's drink, let's drink. The corner of Lin Xian's mouth curled up. Then he picked up the red wine bottle and directly drank from it. When the two girls saw that Lin Xian drank, they also drank some. Then 2 hours later, the two girls were once again drunk by Lin Xian. One was lying on the table next to them, and the other was lying on the lawn. Lin Xian released his spiritual power to disperse the drunkenness and looked at them. Do you want it? Want it? He had just buried the hatchet with Ling Ying. What if? He was afraid that Ling Ying would be angry again after all. This wasn't a simple thing. As for Han Chushue, Lin Xian felt that she wasn't as difficult to deal with as Ling Ying. The two girls were especially easy to tolerate. But don't want it. First, when the time comes, they would all drink. Ling Ying and Han Chushue wouldn't blame him too much, right? Second, sooner or later they would know each other. Third, Lin Xian wanted to complete this mission as soon as possible. Completing it now was actually much faster than Lin Xian expected. Then, he would be able to get the formulas of the 3 major potions and start his own force development plan. Conflicted. Incomparably conflicted. Before this, Lin Xian had already thought about it. No matter what, he had to do it. But now he didn't dare to do it. He fell into an incomparably conflicted situation again. Perhaps this was a very normal phenomenon. Anyone would be conflicted. Conflicted about the price, what would happen tomorrow morning. Conflicted about how to explain things, and so on. Perhaps he wasn't a real man yet, which was why he was so conflicted. After thinking about it, Lin Xian still decided to make a move. F***ck. I don't want to think about it anymore. Anyway, little Ying side has been stabilized for now. If I miss this opportunity, who knows when I'll be able to complete the mission. At most, I'll take a few slaps from each of them tomorrow morning. That's it. Bang! Lin Xian kicked the door shut. Ah! Chapter 566. Ding. Congratulations on completing the mission. Seducing Ling Ying and Han Chushue. Ding. Your Prince Charming points plus 20,000. Ding. You can choose to raise Ling Ying and Han Chushue's cultivation by 2 stars. Ding. Congratulations on leveling up to Advanced Adonis. Adonis points plus 10,000. Ding. Congratulations on obtaining Physique-Changing Liquid Formula, Spirit-Cultivating Liquid Formula, Attribute-Increasing Potion Formula. You want to see the details. Dream on. Early in the morning the next day, Lin Xian opened his eyes and crawled out of bed. He glanced at his surroundings. God knows what terrifying things would happen when he woke up. Will there be a thunderous explosion and overturn the seas? When? That's right. Let's run first and act according to the situation later. Then, Lin Xian quickly slipped out and went to the kitchen to make breakfast. He didn't know when they would wake up, but it shouldn't be too early. So, Lin Xian symbolically made some exquisite and complicated breakfast that took up a lot of time. Didn't take much time at all. Maybe it was because he was panicking. Who the hell wouldn't panic after doing something like this? He fried steak, grilled sausages, and Lin Xian's favorite poached eggs. He just sat there thinking and made poached eggs. Without paying attention, he made more than 20 eggs. Then, Lin Xian sat at the dining table and silently ate the poached eggs while thinking about 10,000 possibilities. Ling Ying opened her eyes, and the first thing she saw was Han Chushu looking at her with wide eyes. Morning. Ling Ying stretched and said to Han Chushu. Then, she realized something was wrong. Ah! Even Lin Xian, who was downstairs, heard the scream. His heart skipped a beat. Should he run? Or stay here? Forget it. He would have to face it sooner or later. Inside the room, Han Chushu and Ling Ying finished putting on their clothes and sat there without saying a word. They weren't stupid. At first they were confused, but later they were told what they did last night. Ding! Lin Xian's mind was filled with all sorts of system notifications. His Adonis points had also broken through 100 million last night. Bastard! 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 I knew he did it on purpose. That bastard had planned this all along. Ling Ying gritted her teeth as she silently cursed Lin Xian. As for Han Chushu, she was relatively calm, but that was probably just on the surface. Last night his boyfriend. Most importantly, she purposely paid attention to the sheets. There was no red. In other words, Ling Ying. That. Chushu. Ling Ying broke the awkward stalemate. Yes. Han Chushu nodded slightly, not knowing what to say. There was a sense of relief in his heart. That's right, other than feeling wronged, sad and angry, there was also relief. Was it because she had thought about this ever since she decided to be in a relationship with Lin Xian? Was it because her sensitive heart had already discovered that the relationship between Lin Xian and Ling Ying was unusual? Was it because even though she knew and guessed this, she still chose to be with Lin Xian without hesitation? Perhaps she had already guessed that Ling Ying had been deliberately helping her and Lin Xian. Perhaps Ling Ying was the one who should be the most wronged. Perhaps she had already thought about this day. Anyway, when this day came, she didn't find it particularly hard to accept. It could only be said that Lin Xian was lucky to meet two girls who were willing to be wronged and didn't want to be separated from him. Perhaps it was also because of everything that happened between Lin Xian and them. I'm sorry. Ling Ying's back was facing Han Chushu, and his hands were rubbing his clothes, not knowing what to do. No. Han Chushu shook her head slightly. Her back was also facing Ling Ying, and the two of them were on one side of the bed. Actually, did you and Lin Xian long ago? Han Chushu bit her lip and asked softly. Oh. No, how could it be, ahaha? Ling Ying laughed awkwardly. But why did you say sorry to me? Ling Ying, okay. That's true, but it was an accident. I went out to train in the beginner class. Ling Ying was interrupted by Han Chushu before he could finish. So even if that's the case, you knew that Lin Xian was the one who saved me, and you still tried to set me up with him. Ling Ying scratched his head. I also didn't think this day would come. Thank you. Han Chushu's voice floated over. Ling Ying turned his head. Han Chushu also turned her head to look at him and laughed softly. Thank you. Hey, don't be like this. You're making me feel weird. Are you okay? Ling Ying leaned over and touched Han Chushu's forehead. Han Chushu shook her head slightly. I'm fine. I just didn't think. You'd be so good to me. Oofed. Ling Ying couldn't help but laugh. Han Chushu looked at him and also couldn't help but laugh. I say, Chushu, you're my only true best friend. If I don't treat you well, who will? So you have to treat me well too. Han Chushu nodded slightly. For a moment, the scene became strangely quiet again. And what should we do in the future? Han Chushu looked at Ling Ying. Ling Ying said with a smile, let's just pretend that nothing happened last night. If you don't mind, I don't care anyway. I'm just Ling Ying. Haha, you can be with Lin Xian. I'll try my best to find my true love. But don't you like Lin Xian? The two beautiful girls looked at each other's eyes. Perhaps only the most sincere and best friends would look at each other's sincere eyes at a time like this. The eyes were the window to the soul. This was true. There were too many things in their eyes now, but they didn't avoid each other's eyes. They even apologized to each other, but they didn't have any thoughts of harming each other. They were naturally very familiar with each other. Perhaps they could learn something from the exchange of eyes. Han Chushu tidied her hair and said, "How about we let him get away with it?" Ling Ying's beautiful eyes widened. In fact, she had already thought about it in her heart. She had also communicated with Lin Xian several times. She had also made several preparations, but she didn't expect Han Chushu to. "You," Han Chushu chuckled. "I believe that one day, he will reach a height where he won't be afraid of the Han and Ling families, and we will be willing to follow him. Maybe my vision is bad, but our vision won't be bad, right?" "Yes." Ling Ying laughed out loud. It could be said that all the worries in her heart had been released at this time. Han Chushu smiled faintly. "Go take a bath. Let's go together. Right, we can't let him get away with it. After the bath, shall we beat him up to vent our anger?" Han Chushu nodded without hesitation. Chapter 567. Lin Xian had been waiting downstairs for a long time. It had been close to an hour since the scream. The two girls couldn't have fought, right? No, definitely not. And he didn't hear any commotion. Lin Xian nervously finished the 20 or so poached eggs. He was full anyway, but the steak was a little cold. But it didn't matter. Lin Xian went back to the pot and fried it a few more times. Besides, they didn't like to eat rare food. They rarely ate medium well. They usually ate medium well, so they treated it as medium well or medium well. What's going on? They haven't come downstairs for so long. Are they chatting? Lin Xian was anxious. "Well, I can't take it anymore." He knew that they had been awake for an hour, but they still didn't come down. Lin Xian couldn't take it anymore. Then he sneaked upstairs and stuck close to the door. There was no movement. There was no movement at all. Logically speaking, there should be some sound of breathing. Should he go in and take a look? Could it be that they had gone back to sleep? Impossible. Who the F***ck could go back to sleep after such a thing happened? Click. Lin Xian couldn't take it anymore. He slowly opened the door a crack and peeked inside. Oh, where are they? There was no one on the bed. Strange. The two of them couldn't have broken the window and gone out to fight, right? Lin Xian quickly opened the door. Blup. Just as he was about to open the door completely, a bucket fell from above his head and caught him. At the same time, his entire body was drenched. Whoosh! Outside, Ling Ying, who had been hiding in a corner, suddenly teleported behind Lin Xian. Then he gave him a gentle kick. At the same time, Han Chushu released her ice attribute. The ground instantly froze. Then Lin Xian slid forward and hit the wall. He was stunned. Whoosh! Then Ling Ying rushed in and threw Lin Xian onto the bed and covered him with a blanket. Hit him! Then, the two girls greeted Lin Xian with their little fists. After a few minutes they stopped. They were so tired that they were panting. Actually, Lin Xian had realized it from the very beginning. He had noticed it the moment the bucket fell, but he had purposely fallen for it. He knew that the two girls would definitely not do anything too cruel to him. Although he had been violently beaten up, Lin Xian was still happy. Because Lin Xian knew that when they did that, it meant that they were done talking to him. And there was a high chance that they ended him. It was worth it to be beaten up by them. Moreover, they had been wronged, so it was only right for them to vent their frustrations. Lin Xian also knew that he was in the wrong. "I'm so tired. So hard." Ling Ying shook her hand. Han Chushu nodded. "Where are you guys?" Lin Xian suddenly popped out and asked with a smile. "Die. Hooligan." Ling Ying rolled his eyes at Lin Xian. "Hee, my two wives, I've already prepared a sumptuous breakfast for you. Would you please come downstairs and have a taste?" "You're shameless." "Two wives. Who agreed to it?" Ling Ying glared at Lin Xian. Yes. Then, would the two beautiful ladies, who are so beautiful that they can cause the downfall of a city and overturn the moon and put the flowers to shame, do me the honor of coming downstairs for breakfast?" Lin Xian grinned. Then who do you think is more alluring and beautiful? Ling Ying asked. Humph. Let's go. Then Ling Ying grabbed Han Chushua's arm and the two girls walked downstairs. I don't know if the future will be good or bad, but it'll definitely be interesting. Lin Xian couldn't help but chuckle. When Lin Xian arrived downstairs, the two girls were sitting together, eating steak, grilled sausages, and drinking milk. They were all smiles, and their beautiful eyes were squinted into crescents. They were especially beautiful. Little Xian, is there any staple food? Ling Ying looked up at Lin Xian. At the same time, Han Chushua's beautiful eyes also looked at Lin Xian, who was walking over, and her small face blushed slightly. What staple food would my two wives like to have? Lin Xian immediately smiled apologetically. Make 2 bowls of seafood noodles. You have to bring out your best. Roger that. 10 minutes. My two wives, please have some steak first. It'll be ready soon. Then Lin Xian ran into the kitchen. The two girls looked at each other and then tried to stifle their laughter. Did you see that? This is a sign of a man's guilty conscience. Thinking back to the past, he was such a bad man. He did whatever he was told to do. Ling Ying whispered with a smile. Let's go help him. Han Chushua said softly. No need. Right now he can't wait for us to order him to do more things. That way he can feel redeemed. That's true. Han Chushua laughed softly. That's right. Right now Lin Xian was feeling guilty. He was afraid that he would make the two ladies unhappy. This was already an indescribably satisfying scene for Lin Xian. He had imagined many scenarios. He even imagined the two girls fuming with anger or wiping their tears on the side. But now, this was simply too perfect. He didn't even have to do any psychological counseling. 10 minutes later, Lin Xian carried 2 bowls of hot, fragrant seafood noodles and placed all the necessary utensils in front of the two of them. It was already late autumn. The coldest time of the day wasn't late at night, but the instant before dawn. At this time, the temperature would slightly warm up, but it was still relatively cold. Eating a bowl of delicious and warm seafood noodles early in the morning was simply too wonderful. In any case, Ling Ying and Han Chushue were extremely satisfied. This steak was nothing compared to the seafood noodles. In fact, Lin Xian had originally wanted to make seafood noodles. But who knew when they would come downstairs? And the noodles would be lumpy if left for too long, so he decided to make steak instead. Ladies, how is the taste? Lin Xian sat in front of them with a flattering smile. Han Chushue and Ling Ying elegantly took a bite. It was still a familiar taste. And not bad. If only I could eat a bowl of hot seafood noodles like this every morning when I wake up. Ling Ying sighed and said, Yes, this is not a problem. As long as you two give the order, you can eat whatever you want in the morning. Lin Xian hurriedly said. The two girls held back their laughter. Looking at his guilty look, it was really cute. Remember what you said. Of course. Lin Xian said without hesitation. By the way, have you eaten? Ling Ying asked. Lin Xian nodded and said, I have. If you've eaten, then what are you doing? Why aren't you rubbing Chushua's shoulders? Coming. Although Lin Xian was being ordered around, he was extremely happy. Ling Ying was too familiar with Lin Xian. She knew that Lin Xian would be happy in such a situation. On the contrary, if they said that he didn't need to do anything, that it wasn't his fault, and that he should eat, it would make Lin Xian feel uncomfortable. You're tuning in to the Whispers of Romance YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.